Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This Is Football. Oh my god, man. Here we go again. Shit, here we go again. This feels like the start of San Andreas, bro. Here we go again. Anyway, welcome to episode 1 of the A-listers. You guys really liked this panel and you wanted this panel back. So you know what we did? We got the panel back, ladies and gentlemen. The same exact panel is here. And as you guys can see on the thumbnail, it's even been thumbnailed. See, we come ready, we come prepared. We ain't about all this joking. This is serious channel. So today, on episode 1 of the A-listers, we're going to be talking about Caicedo and Lavia and our chain being stolen by Chelsea Football Club. We're going to talk about Manchester United's corrupt win against Wolverhampton Wanderers, as per usual. Of course. You know, guys, I've been watching the Premier League for 20 years, supporting Liverpool Football Club my whole life. Some things ain't ever going to change. Man United and corruption. Here we go again. You know, here we go. Full-time contract signed with the devil. And, of course, we're going to touch on Arsenal and Manchester City winning. So we've got a heavy dose of episode 1 here to come your way, because we got a lot to talk about. Big up to JW, says keep your chin up, worst is yet to come. Well, thank you for being so optimistic, my brother. Hey, I'm done out here, man. Habibi JW, thank you for the super chat. And listen, 600 people in here already. Slap the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so, and let's introduce the panelists, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us first on the channel, his team won this week. Kai Havertz dropped a good performance, so Lewis can't cook him today. And his stuff is going really well at his football club. Of course, all join us in welcoming the man himself, man like Egal. How you doing, Egal, man?
Alhamdulillah, everything's good, man. Happy to be back. And you know what? It's going to be an interesting one today. Let's get into it.
Big up to you, Egal, man. Back from selling his soul to the devil, aka Manchester United. Back from doing a watch along for the most corrupt 90 minutes of football I have ever seen my whole life. Maybe corruption is just a Manchester thing. Of course, part of the channel's furniture. And actually, we gave him 2 days off because he ain't been on since Sunday. Man like Staffy has joined us. How are you doing, Staffy, man?
I knew you were going to push this agenda. You're going to try to piss me off, but I'm not going to fall for the bait. We will talk about Caicedo and Lavia today more than we were going to talk about that VAR decision. But listen, speaking of corruption, I did do some investigations. I wanted to know, okay, was that actually corrupt or not? There's some sources that confirming that the VAR room was ran by the most corrupt person that we know on YouTube. I'm getting words that Mo was there. So that might explain everything. I will confirm before the end of the show. But if that's it, then we all know what happened there.
Man's catching strays and he's not even here. What
Judge Mo was running the VAR, bro. I will confirm
man.
that.
Justice for Judge Mo, bro. Come on.
Big up corrupt Judge Mo, man. Shout out to him. And you know, Staffy, you're talking about me. It's not me you're going to have to worry about, because I know this man right here has a whole monologue ready for when we get to the Man United section, because in his own words, he hates Man United more than he even loves Man City. Of course, the icon of Twitter Spaces, the man that causes chaos across Twitter, and he always tries to sneakily diss Liverpool when I'm not there. Of course, man like Hamza has joined us on the channel. How are you doing, Hamza?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. How's you guys doing?
What was that?
Big up to you.
Sorry, I was trying to look like Fresh Prince from Bel Air. Yeah, big up everyone, man. Big up everyone. I'm ready, man. Let's go.
Big up to you.
Did you drop a TikTok to this Man United yet? Because I didn't see anything today. I was upset. Or did I miss it?
You're lucky I was at work all day.
See, man, I wake up. I told you, I always wake up and I want to see Hamza dissing Man United. I was like,
The
he won.
funniest one.
He definitely posted one about the referee.
The funniest one. I woke up the other day. All I heard is "Kujala," and he's just dancing. I'm like, what
He
are
was
you
just
doing?
dancing for a whole minute. I was like, he's gonna speak. He didn't speak at all.
Hamza on TikTok is a must. It's a must, honestly. It's a must. Make sure to go follow Hamza on TikTok, man. What a guy. And finally, last but not least, he won't hide. I won't hide, regardless of how this transfer went. We had phone calls to each other while we were speaking, to both Lavia and Caicedo. Come to find out, Chelsea ain't just gonna take my chain. It's also gonna take my chain, gonna take my wife, gonna take my house, gonna take my car. They took everything, ladies and gentlemen. And here, repping Chelsea Football Club on the A-Listers episode 1, of course, it's man like Lewis. Here we go, bro. It's just funny.
Liverpool tears. Okay.
There is
No way
no
this
way
man
there's
has
actually
a-
Liverpool.
Good evening, everybody.
There is
Good
no
evening.
way.
Wow.
Does it actually say Liverpool tears? Oh my
Oh my
Yo.
god.
yeah.
I know
It's
that
tasty
tastes
online, man.
That's
Tears up
tasty.
moves is different. It's different.
I
Oh
hate
my
it here, man. I hate it here. I should have just stuck to engineering.
Big up
bro.
LFC, man. Lavia, Fernandez, Caicedo.
This
Yo,
man
by
has
the
a
way-
World Heavyweight
By the way,
Championship belt. Are we ignoring that?
Before we cook Liverpool,
Yeah,
can
man.
we
The
just do
kings
one
of the
thing?
transfer window. The champions of the transfer window. Right here, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, that
I
belt
just
is
gotta
elite.
get. I just
And we
gotta
couldn't
get
have done it. We couldn't have done it without you people. The 55 million from Mason Mount going straight into the Lavia fund. Kai Havertz being half of the Caicedo transfer. The 25 million from Kovacic. And now Liverpool pissing off Lavia and Chelsea in the same breath. We could not have done this without you people. So I just wanted
How
to
are
say
you doing,
from all
Lewis?
my heart.
Wait.
Thank
How are you
you.
doing, Lewis?
Actually, on that
How are you
note,
doing?
Lewis, I would say I am very proud to be a part of you absolutely
Enjoyed it.
dunking and shitting on Liverpool. I will take pride
And-
in
and-
that.
Right,
listen.
my guy, you know what?
I'm impressed.
Let's
Right.
let me organize this in a way so we can get into it. Look at these thirsty vampires, right? They smell blood, bro. Hey, this is gonna be a long stream for me, you guys. This is gonna be a long ass stream, bro. I
Get
can
ready
already
for
tell
the
this is
season.
gonna be a long ass stream, bro. Very long, very long. So, look, everyone watching us right now, there is already on the stream, ladies and gentlemen, 1.2k people watching us right now. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person right now, just stop what you're doing now. Hit the like button because you're here for the Hussam Cook Fest. And if I'm going to get cooked, the least you could do is like the video. So please do like the video, subscribe. Just quickly, big up to JW says United cheats on the field, City off the field. That is a fact, 100%. Big up to Jan Sorm. I believe that's from the Czech Republic. Big up to you, Jan, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, love this panel. Big up. Love you, Jan. Thank you so much for supporting us all. By the way, all their channels are in the description. Make sure to go subscribe to their channels as well. Wave said, Lewis said, teamwork makes the dream work. Hey, taking teamwork to the next level. Taking teamwork to the next level, man. And Joe's saying, what's the likelihood of Liverpool players will leave before the summer window closes? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Alisson or Mo end up in Saudi. It's too early for that. And thank you so much, Joe, for the super chat. And Dinishan, exactly what you just said. Hey, if they do end up leaving, bro, it's not just it's a mental breakdown that's gonna happen. But we did have him.
We need a right winger or Sterling back. You could have Sterling back.
Let's not, man. Let's not. You know what?
Oh, so you're admitting Sterling is gonna flop?
That's a good
Oh
trade.
yeah, he's been a massive flop. It's been a massive flop.
Guess who called that?
Okay, so Lewis,
Hey,
go for
as
it,
it
my brother.
stands, it's not done yet. It's not done yet.
Go for it, bro. Caicedo, Lavia.
Oh, we
Talk to the
did.
people.
We did, and we took both of them. We took both of them. Everyone was. You guys all came out with the whole big club thing and everything like that. All Europe or Klopp's won everything. Biggest club in England, 6 Champions Leagues and everything like that. And then little old Chelsea with no history, no future, no Roman. And we're still ruining football. We're still ruining football. You guys, when you shot at the king, I told you, you better not miss. You better not miss. And what did you do? You went wide. You shot wide of the target, man. You tried to snatch our chain. We snatched it back and we took yours just for the disrespect. This is what you guys get for treating your number one target like a side, man. I'd say as soon as you lot did that Caicedo bid, you showed your ass. Pause. You showed your hand. Now, you man are going to spend 70 to 80 million on some target that you guys know you didn't really want. You guys knew he was like your 5th or 6th choice. And the player will know it as well because Liverpool suddenly coming out of with interest for you out of nowhere when they've been bidding for Lavia and McAllister and Caicedo and Szoboszlai and all these other midfielders. He's going to know that you guys weren't seriously interested in him. And that's already going to start his career on the bad front. You guys have handled this window terribly, my guy. Terribly. And I feel bad for you because you have been consistent on the whole FSG out thing. And this is probably the biggest L I think that they've taken to date. How they turn it around from here, I don't know. But the way I'm seeing, your midfield got dominated by a midfield that had Chukwuemeka and Gallagher in it. If we had Caicedo and Lavia in that midfield, like it wouldn't have been fun. It wouldn't have been fun for you. But Bakayoko is still available on a free, my friend. Bakayoko is still available on a free. Title-winning experience, Premier League experience, Italian League experience, Champions League experience, all of the like. So I could give you that guy as a little bit of a tip. But other than that, bro, I can't help you, man. 2 players gone and Chelsea didn't even make a bid yet. Chelsea didn't even make a bid. It's all insane, man. It's all insane. You don't deserve this specifically, but Liverpool as a fan base, they deserve it. 1 bid from Caicedo and they thought that they had our club banged to rights. My DMs were a mess. My mentions were a mess. Getting phone calls from you, phone calls from all my Liverpool friends. And what did you guys end up with? You didn't even have either of the targets. Poor Lavia, man. Poor Lavia, because now we got to bring him in and we have to up his confidence. Because you guys have spent the entire summer saying, oh, no, we want you. We're trying to sort your transfer out. McAllister bid. No, don't worry. You're our number 1 target. We want you. Szoboszlai bid. Don't worry. Like, they're pricing you out, but we're going to get you guys sorted. 110 million for Caicedo. I'm not surprised he don't want to join you guys. I'm really not surprised he wants to join you guys. Emphatic L for Liverpool. Stupendous L for Liverpool. Outrageous L. Disgraceful L. It's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. But, hey, what does Todd Bowley know? And by the way, the one thing I do want to get at Liverpool for, you man grassed us up. You couldn't handle our financial strength. So what did you do? Your owner traveled the full length of the Atlantic Ocean just to grass us up. Just to snake us out to the Premier League. Oh, how are they able to do this? How are you letting them get away with this? How are you allowing this to happen? You could have had Lavia a month or 2 ago if you just dropped the 50 million. If you had just dropped the 50 million. The same way we could have said for Caicedo, but we ended up with Caicedo. So all the ifs, buts, and maybes, they don't really matter. You could have been out of this situation, but you got a bit too cocky and you thought you could try to take Caicedo from us. No, it does not work like that. Save for grassing and everything, that's fine. They're going to close up that little loophole. We'll find another 4 more in that time. And that loophole is still effective in Christmas. So when the January window comes, we can still amortize our transfers for up to 8 years. You guys, you're all still in Europe. You can't do that, which is a shame. It's a real shame. Some of us don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. But by the time this whole thing is sorted, by the time all the loopholes are closed, our team is going to be ready. Our team's going to be sorted, and all of those young talents will be locked up to 8-9-year contracts. But hey, what does Todd Bowley know? He's just a stupid American, eh? What does he know?
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
How are we like 8 minutes into the video and I've already been violated? You're mad.
Listen,
Not you, just your club. Just your club, not you.
I'm
I've been
touched.
violated.
I
I
am
went to have
touched
to
by
go
the
get
speech, bro.
sunglasses to hide my tears, bro. This ain't normal, bro. Like, it's just
Listen, I am touched by this speech, bro. This speech was amazing. Everything he said was bang on. I've never seen a cooking session like this. Like, actually, you know when they say class is in session, this was one hell of a class, bro. You know, I'm looking at the comments. Everyone is saying you're getting cooked. Listen, bro. I was on a certain man's channel and I was telling him that Liverpool don't got pull no more, and I was told to shut the fuck up because I don't know what I'm talking about. They got dunked on in 24 hours right after that by 2 players. So you can hold that, you know. And listen, bro, we saw the game. Mo Salah, you know when he took the wrap off?
Are you telling me to shut the fuck up? You don't know me like that. I ain't sweet like that. Don't disrespect me like that.
Listen. When Mo Salah took the wrap off, you know what that meant? That wasn't his wrist wrap. That was the mummy unwrapping, because your club is dead, bro. He knows that team is dead. That club is dead. He don't want to be there no more. He's flirting with Saudi Arabia today. He's like, listen, Habibi, get me out of here because it's not looking good. He got pissed off when he got subbed off. And listen, he's your best player, and even he played like shit. And he knows he wasn't happy. You know why he's not happy? He's looking at this team as like, I can't win shit with these guys. We just got shit on by an American who doesn't understand football. And he took both of our targets. We're playing with no DM, like we're restricted by Elon Musk on Twitter. That's how bad this Liverpool team is. You know, so I'm not gonna dwell
no
over
way
it
you
too
just
much.
improv that line. You
Listen.
wrote that down on a piece of paper before you started speaking. Be honest.
Listen, bro, I'm not The Rock. I don't write my scripts on my wrist. You know, when it comes to Liverpool, it's a free flow, bro. I'm all poetry here when I'm talking about Liverpool, you know, because as much as you hate my club, I hate your club even more. And, you know, what was his name? The guy from FIFA, the president of FIFA, when he said, today I feel Qatari, you know, today I feel Chelsea. You know, I'm here to talk about Chelsea. I'm here to talk about Liverpool. Huh?
That's disgusting stuff. That's a low blow.
No. Today I feel like Chelsea. Today I feel carefree Lewis. Today I'm everyone in the chat. You know, people asking me to cook you. Listen, there's not much left to cook. This guy's already grilled. You know, Lewis overburnt it. You know, there's not much left to do. So I'm just taking whatever's left of him, you know, and I'm about to discard it, bro. There's nothing to do with it no more. So if anyone else wants to take the stage, I want to hear Hamza. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like Egal's too nice right now. But I need one more cooking from someone.
No, can we go
else.
to the nice guy because we went too harsh?
No. Egal is too nice. I need Hamza because Hamza's always spitting, and I need some facts from Hamza right now. Please, Hamza, take the floor.
Listen. Me, I was brought up being told every single time that Liverpool, the biggest club in England, you know, 6 UCO, we've got the pool. Everyone looks up to us. Everyone dreams to play for Liverpool badge. And I said, okay, fair enough. But I wanted some. I said, listen, a lot of this new generation are looking up to the new modern big club. The new modern big club, a club with ambition. Yeah? Listen, history, you've got it, Sam. Liverpool Football Club was huge. But currently, we're talking about current climate. Yeah? You haven't offered anything for players to come to your club. Over the last 30 years, your football club has only delivered one Premier League in 30 years. Yeah? Just remember that. Your greatest player, Steven Gerrard, who was your greatest player, did not even win a single Premier League. So when we saw foreigners, international fans like us, we grew up in Brazil, we never looked up as Liverpool as this big thing. Like we saw United dominating, Arsenal winning titles, Chelsea dominating. I never saw Liverpool. I saw Liverpool entering Champions League being 4th and 5th. Yeah, never challenging for the league. And at the end of the day, come this, Liverpool fans were telling us Thursday morning, look at our heritage. Caicedo from Ecuador dreams to play for us. You bidded 110 million, accepted. The medical was supposed to be booked at Friday at 8 a.m. The guy did not turn up. Imagine being rejected by Caicedo. And you tell me you're the club that Mbappe dreams to play for. You told me Mbappe can come to your club. You told us Chouameni. How many rejections? Chouameni. Bellingham, you waited for him for 2 years, apparently. 2 years. I've never heard of a football club that wait for a player called Bellingham for 2 years. Only for him to reject you. Mason Mount was supposed to come. He went to United. Yeah. You then told us you're getting Caicedo. Caicedo. How dare you bid? And Klopp even coming out there in a press conference say, listen, Liverpool fans, I've got him for you. I've got the dog for you. I've got the guy. Yeah. To turn up in the game with Veneers and Wig on a Sunday, not having Caicedo. You're lucky you didn't get embarrassed. If Chelsea wanted to end it all, they would have presented Caicedo on a Sunday. But they felt sorry for you. Yeah. They felt sorry for you. I'll be honest with you. Me, as a fan, they felt sorry for you. Lavia, this is my guy who I raised. Yeah. Came in and said, I'm not interested. You lack ambition. You don't have the ambition. Chelsea are finishing 12th. No Europa League, no UCL, and they have more pool than you. You Liverpool Football Club with Jurgen Klopp. Well, Pochettino has more pool than Klopp. Pochettino's just come from PSG. Spent 1 month here. What are we doing here? Liverpool fans have to focus. Then I heard Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams he's the next target by Paul Joyce, a reliable source from Liverpool. Only to hear Bournemouth has also said, if these guys can get dunked by Chelsea, I'll dunk on them. Tyler Adams getting taken by Bournemouth. I'm thinking, really, errors do really come to an end. So now you're left with, listen, beggars can't be choosers now. Yeah, now you're beggars. You can't be choosers. Yeah. I've seen Links McTominay. I've seen that you got 6 targets. You got Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips. These are the targets now you're twerking for. The Liverpool great club are asking for Man City to be one of those. You might need to come and talk to me. So talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. And then you came to the game on Sunday. You guys had the audacity of saying it's a grudge game. Chelsea will see us. You're joking. Konagala and Chukwumeka, we will dunk on these guys. And I thought, okay. Only to see you guys, if it was a boxing ring, yeah, that bell, you guys needed it. You know, when the bell goes, the guy's getting punched up. He's getting punched up. And you hear that bell, you guys were getting rocked on the sides. I could not believe it. I was supporting you, Hussam. I felt sorry for you, Hussam. How the great have fallen, Hussam. I thought you might challenge me, Hussam. But how can you let now, Hussam, after this year? Arteta might finish ahead of you for the 2nd year running. Arteta might finish. My guy that I raised up, another Ten Hag we raised up with Pep Guardiola, might end up on top of you 2 years in a row. And also Poch might end up on top of you. So you tell me, if this Liverpool have the great pool, have you been lying to us? What is the pool? And then on top of that, the shameful part by Liverpool Football Club, they took your abbreviation. LFC belongs to them now. They've taken it. You have to borrow it back from you. You have to borrow it back from Chelsea. It's Livac, Fernandez, and Caicedo. We will always remember that.
We trademarked it, by the way. Stars.
If you ever say LFC, we know it now. If you say LFC, you'll trigger yourself.
Talking about our midfield.
So just change it. Change it to Liverpool City Football Group. LCFC is your new football club. LCFC. Yeah. That might be your new. And on top of that, Sam, the worst thing this morning for me to hear, that you're still searching for your targets. Who are your targets? Tell me. Why are you scared? You're grassing them. How can you grass guys that just beat? Why didn't you take it to the chin and say, yo?
Big Liverpool resorting to snitching.
Big Liverpool. Sam, look at you. You are making videos on YouTube constantly, 24/7. You are like a BBC News channel. We were seeing you 24 hours. BBC News 24. We were there waiting for Sam.
Hamza, not just that, Hamza. Before I go to bed, I see space. Sam 6. And then I look at it. It's like, Caicedo, this, and that. I'm like, okay. I go to bed. Wake up 6 hours later. Sam's on a space. I'm like, Ya Rabbi, 6 hours later, he's still on. It's a different space. I'm like, okay. Now he's talking about Lavia. Then I go to work, come back. Sam's on a space. FSG out. I'm like, does this guy ever go to bed? He's on spaces. So finishes spaces, comes over here, cries. Oh, we need to beat them 5-0. Oh, we need to show them we're this, we're that. So you couldn't beat them in the transfer market. You went to try to beat them on the pitch, just to hold 35% possession against Conor Gallagher and Chukwumeka. Enzo Fernandez looked like prime Sebastian Veron out there. He was running that show like an elite footballer. I always thought he was good, but I never know how good he was until I watched this game, man. So it's looking very bad for them. They have no.
Egal, you go now because I have to respond to all this. So I'm just letting all 5 of you speak before I speak. Go on, Egal. What do you want to say?
Liverpool Football Club, you played yourself. You were not familiar with Chelsea's game. They've done this to Manchester United. They've done this to us. They've done this to many people. They don't get out-muscled in the transfer window. And Liverpool is a team that don't overpay for players. But yet you're supposed to get Lavia for 40 million. You guaranteed that you were going to get Lavia for less than the valuation. But then you go drop money on Caicedo, the same money that you said you didn't have for Jude Bellingham, same money that you didn't have for other players. You're also linked to Mason Mount this window. I get that. You're linked to a lot of players. You didn't go for a lot of these players. Maybe you didn't want them. But the reality is, at this moment in time, Liverpool Football Club are the mess that I thought Chelsea were. Liverpool Football Club are the mess that I thought Chelsea were.
Are we finally getting some Bowley prop from Egal?
Bro, I put my hand up. I'll clap for you guys. You guys impressed me. Liverpool, though, on the other hand,
We've taken a big step forward today.
You guys have literally taken your title hoped window and thrown it out the door. You had an opportunity to get Lavia. You went shopping. You had one name on the list. You know, you said, oh, I see something better. You got distracted. You came back. It was sold out. You're like, what do I do now? At the end of the day, Hussam, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. Because I've never seen a bigger debacle. You've literally given us the most entertaining thing. And everyone here, when your club is not involved in this kind of drama, it's so fun to watch. But I've been there. I know how you feel right now. You're not even angry at us speaking. You're more angry at your owners having 110 million and putting it on the table and not getting anybody. What? In what world? Guys, a British record transfer and they still couldn't get the player. It's not about
Paul. They tried to tie him up and force him to do.
We keep talking about Paul. 1 second. We keep talking about Paul. Let's be sensible here. They have no ambition, but they have 110 million. What? Where's the logic? I thought Liverpool. One thing Liverpool always had was they were sensible. You're no longer sensible. Another thing Liverpool had, you had a manager and a team of people that were able to recruit proper players. Yeah, I'm hearing Tyler Adams. I'm hearing Paulinho for 80 million. Where are your balls? What happened to you guys?
No.
Troy Deeney was talking about cojones. You know what? Your cojones left with Todd Bowley. And I don't see you guys bouncing back. You could make 2 midfield signings from here. We know what happened to you guys. This will go down in history as the biggest hijacking in football history. Not only did they take your number 1 target, they took your backup.
They took 3. Enzo was supposed to go to them. Lavia was supposed to go to them. Caicedo was supposed to go. They snapped all of them.
Guys,
and let me tell you something. The funny thing is, it's not the beginning. Gerrard was supposed to join Chelsea. It's a fact. We all know that.
Oh, now you're going to go there, Hamza.
1 second.
Let me respond to this now before you go back to Gerrard.
No.
You're going back to Gerrard. Mourinho is not at Chelsea.
Let me finish the last statement. Why? I want to know one thing. When you had bidded 110 million and the guy's not turning up in America on a Friday, he's not answering your call, he's not responding, why did he not pull out? Why did you shame yourself up? Because to me, if I've bidded, it got accepted, I want to talk to the player. If I hear the player's not picking up the calls, what happened? Why did you made yourself, what were you opening space and said, oh, it's not done, we're waiting for Chelsea to pull out? So what were you looking for Chelsea? It's like I'm looking for this goal. I'm waiting for this goal not to be asked out by this guy so that I can take her. What was the need for that, Sam? Why did you wait?
You know what's mad about
that's a great point.
They could have saved themselves a lot of embarrassment if they just did what a lot of other clubs did and agree personal terms to the player first. Because when you did that, Caicedo would have said, I'm not interested. You wouldn't have dropped a bid. You probably would have got Lavia and you wouldn't have looked nearly as bad as you guys did now. But you guys wanted to go for the fucking...
No, but bro, that's why I said they played themselves. Hussam, you guys are no longer the smart recruitment team. You haven't been that for years now. What you guys did this window, if you're not more mad at the 110 million they rised up in the final minutes than you are the actual rejections, I don't know what I would be more angry about at this moment.
Look, here's the thing. 25 minutes into this, I've been roasted. It's time for me to just speak. And speaking of disappointments, there's 2,100 people here. We ain't even on 1,000 likes yet. slap the like button right now. Lewis,
What
can you
is
talk
this?
to your
Is this a
people, Lewis?
Liverpool bidding process or
We
something? Hit the
grilled
damn
this guy
likes.
alive. We grilled
I'm
him
getting
alive.
roasted, and you can't even
Four
like the video.
people, 4 versus 1, and you guys are not even liking the video. That's
What's this
insane.
behavior? 2,100 people here. Slap the like button now. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Right now, like the video and
How
subscribe.
many before you
Minimum
get
1,000
Hara?
likes. Meet me at halfway line. Now, time for me to respond. This entire process proves that Liverpool Football Club have pull to begin with. And I'll explain to you how. First of all, Chelsea have snatched a chain of you 3 as well. So don't come up here like Chelsea ain't snatched John Obi Mikel's chain, like Chelsea ain't snatched the Mudryk chain, like Chelsea ain't snatched the Olise chain. Don't lie and pretend
Listen,
that
with
you
your
didn't want
I
to.
fully said that.
Don't try. 1 second, I didn't interrupt
Let him
any of you.
waffle and we'll respond.
Don't try and act like you didn't want Olise because you wanted them. So
No, we
Chelsea stole every single one of you guys this chain before. As a matter of fact, you think it's embarrassing we bid 110 million? Manchester United had John Obi Mikel wearing a Manchester United shirt. He went, had a phone call
how
and
back-
signed for Chelsea.
See how further
From
back
20
we're
years
going.
ago.
This guy's
So
this.
Chelsea been snatching chains. So kudos to Chelsea, kudos to Todd Bowley for putting his balls on the table. But let me explain something to everyone here. The fact that Caicedo even considered or thought about Liverpool Football Club after speaking to Chelsea for 3 months shows the level of football club that Liverpool Football Club are. I'll tell you why. If this was Tottenham Hotspur, if this was, I believe personally, Arsenal or Man
Are
United
you
or any
comparing
big club,
yourselves to Tottenham?
no,
Is this where we-
hear me out. If this was Arsenal or Man United or Tottenham Hotspur or any other big 6 club besides Man City, because I do respect Man City's pull, I think it's the strongest in the country. I think Caicedo don't even pick up the phone. I think Caicedo don't even acknowledge the bid. I don't even think Caicedo thinks about it. And that's the thing that I'm saying. The idea that Chelsea Football Club spoke to Caicedo for 3 months straight and Liverpool made him at least think. And he said, you know what? My preference is Chelsea. I want to go to Chelsea Football Club. That's my preferred destination. I want to go to Chelsea Football Club, which, by the way, I understand completely. He's been speaking to Chelsea for 3 months. Why the hell would he want to go to Liverpool after Chelsea have laid down all the groundwork and all of that? So I understand. And we came in there just out of nowhere, like 111 million. Even in Caicedo's mind.
Before.
1 second. I didn't interrupt any of you. You just
Because you didn't say that before.
1 second. In Caicedo's mind, he's probably like, wait, why the fuck have these guys coming for me now? Like, I've been available since January. Like, everyone knows this. So that's number one. The Lavia thing is a completely different situation. The Lavia thing is we played ourselves. And this is something that I criticize my own football club. And when I made the Honda analogy, people didn't like it. I said, don't go to a Lamborghini auction when you know you're good at Hondas because they're going to take your Honda too. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. If you're going to mess up with Chelsea, go and do the mess up all the way. And I agree. John W. Henry is a big bitch. And you know why he's a big bitch? Because when he wore his suit, he got Linda and he pulled up to Stamford Bridge. I thought this guy was trying to, put his balls on the table and go like, here's 120 for Caicedo. I'm going to slap it on the table. I'm going to show you I ain't going to get played. Come to find out, this guy is trying to go complain to the FA. Are you mad? Are you mad? You actually came all the way from the US just to complain to the FA. That's the biggest load of shit I've ever seen my whole life. So for me, my logic and consensus has always been the same. And the same guy, see now, when we start proving you guys wrong, that's when everyone would come off mute, start crying. The same guy that every single person has used as a source for this entire Caicedo thing is Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano himself said McAllister rejected Chelsea for Liverpool. McAllister is a World Cup winner. McAllister is a great player. He rejected Chelsea for Liverpool. Konate rejected Chelsea for Liverpool. Staffy over here, who's speaking on the corner over there. Gakpo Nunez. Just from the last 12 months, Gakpo and Nunez. Caicedo and Lavia do not
I
make
don't
the
remember
room.
us being linked with either of them. I won't lie.
Bro, you can literally go just Google right now. Fabrizio Romano.
Actually, no, McAllister, I think there was quiet links. Konate, we were never linked with.
Fabrizio Romano. Today, I was told by a Chelsea fan that Konate rejected you guys. But anyway,
but sometimes these journalists just throw a club's name in the.
Forget Konate. Look for McAllister. When we signed McAllister over Chelsea, I never came up here and said Liverpool have more pull than Chelsea and blah blah blah. I don't know if Lewis has ever heard this argument or Egal. I know Staffy and Hamza have because I made this argument. My basic logic for pull is as follows: better manager, better squad of players, and more recent success under the current regime. When you look at the current clubs in the Premier League, the club that has that over us is Manchester City. That's why I put Manchester City as number one pull. But when I compare Klopp to Pochettino, more players would want to play for Klopp. When I compare the squad of players, more players want to play next to Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, etc. When I look at recent success under current regime, Liverpool have won it all for under Jurgen Klopp. Chelsea, Poch has just come in here, so you have to give him a chance.
Oh, we never even bid for McAllister.
Who's
I promise you, just go on your Twitter right now. Just go on your Twitter right now, search Fabrizio Romano, McAllister, Chelsea. And you're going to see it yourself. You're going to see it yourself. McAllister chose Liverpool over Chelsea. Go check Fabrizio himself.
I've seen it, but there's also no bid from Chelsea.
It's fine. Okay. Let me just say 1 second, Egal, 1 second. 1 second. Same way, Declan Rice choosing Arsenal over Manchester City doesn't mean Arsenal has more fun.
We pulled out
1 second. Hamza, I will play your TikTok clip live on this YouTube right now where you were like, baby, calm down. Declan Rice, I'm looking at you. Are you going to choose Champions League heritage Manchester City or against Arsenal? Here's the thing. The entire time, the logic was, if I put 100 players in a box, in a room, and I offer them both contracts are exactly the same, and the opportunity to play for Club X or Club Y, I think Liverpool probably out of the 160% would choose Liverpool, 40% would choose Chelsea. I'm not even disrespecting Chelsea. I'm not even disrespecting these clubs. I know more players would choose City. I know more players would choose that. So the reality for me is the fact that we've done this with Caicedo to begin with and made the guy, even though his preferred destination is Chelsea, made the guy even think is a W for us.
Brother, that's copium, and you that's copium.
That's not copium.
And
bro, that is like I'm talking to this girl for like 3 months, then she looks at you and has a conversation with you, and you're like, but at least she spoke to me. She thought about me for a little bit.
You know what?
You were speaking to a married girl.
I'll take it to another level.
You were speaking to a married woman and she acknowledged you. That's different.
Let me just jump in here.
Nah.
Let me say this, Hussam. You're confusing attractiveness as a football club and where your club is at this moment in time with pull. Pull has more to do with your ambition as an owner and what your club is willing to do to get something over the line. You can say you're an attractive club, but you don't have pull if you don't have ambitious owners who are willing to do whatever it takes to get that player. The reason why Chelsea have more pull than
110 million on the table ain't that shit.
The reason why Chelsea have more pull than you is because they've shown consistently that they will do whatever it takes.
So do they have more pull than you then?
Bro, of course. When it comes to
Chelsea have more pull than you, then our logic is different.
One second. Listen to what I'm saying. If Arsenal and Chelsea get into a match, they don't care. It will become a situation where it's no longer about attractiveness as a club. It's more about financial muscle. And Chelsea do not get financially out-muscled by anybody.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with
that. Want to go. So don't confuse pull with financial muscle.
No, but finances has never been part of the conversation for me. Never been.
It is.
No, but
you're confusing.
No, because now you're the one confused. No, you're the one confused.
You think manager has anything to do with pull?
When you start talking about
Chelsea didn't have a manager and they still got Enzo. They didn't care about that.
When you
thank you. Wallahi, I said that on Al Ahwa and he debunked that, bro. I said they got Enzo without a direction and he still went to them, bro.
Okay, 1 second. No, 1 second. 1 second. Name another club that was in for Enzo in January right now, Staffy. Go on.
Everyone was in for him, but they went in and got him before the
season. Don't lie. It was only Chelsea who wanted Enzo. It was only Chelsea in January.
Everyone was going to go in for him in the summer, but the reason they got him in January to get him out of his release clause, and they paid over the release clause. No, but that doesn't mean anything.
How much they pay?
Whatever it was over the release clause.
Okay, Habibi, Staff, you have to be realistic here. Was there any club in Europe?
You're not being realistic.
Let's take this a step back.
Let me just
put my club's contact on.
Was there any club in Europe
before and he doesn't listen?
Was there any club in Europe willing to pay 120 million for Enzo?
It doesn't matter. I don't want to win the side argument. Get on the main point. The main point is
that's the main point.
No, it's not about Enzo in January. It's about Hussam. You're confusing Klopp, your club, having world-class players in your team, having Allison with pull. That is not pull. What pull, in my opinion, is what my opinion for pull is what you're willing to do to get a player over the line. If you are willing to go above and beyond to get anything done to get that player, that is pull. Guess what? Liverpool Football Club have shown time and time again with Jude Bellingham, with Chouameni, with Enzo Fernandez, with all
Mason
these players
Mount.
they've done.
Mason Mount.
They are
Mason
not
Mount
to
said
do
no
whatever
to
it
them.
takes.
Mason
to
Mount.
get a
No,
player
he
over the line.
didn't. That's
Yes,
cap.
he
We
did.
didn't value him at 60.
Bellingham's dad is a Liverpool fan, and that still wasn't enough for him to go to Liverpool.
Caicedo's a Man United fan and he ends up at Chelsea. Who gives a fuck?
No,
Bro,
the reason I don't know if he's a Chelsea fan or Manchester United.
The reason why people say Man
There's
City have
literally a
pull,
clip of him saying he's a
the
Man
reason why
Man
people
United.
say Man
He
City,
has a
Chelsea-
picture of him 2 years ago in a Chelsea jersey. I don't know what that means.
You
He
wanna know
could be a
something?
fan of both.
Bro,
The end
Saudi
of the day, I
Arabian
tell you
clubs
who-
have more pull than Liverpool right now. That's a
100%
fact.
Egal.
But-
100% Egal.
But it's-
Saudi
They-
Arabia
they-
has more pull than most Premier League clubs. But
So
forget
then-
all of this.
So then
One
it becomes
second.
your whole point because
But
we
let
don't
me
know any
speak.
of their
Let me-
managers. We
Egal
don't
is
know any
right.
of their players.
Can I respond to your point? Khalas, you
Egal.
made your point clear.
Egal is
You
right.
made your point clear. Let me just respond to it. I'm not including finances as part of it because if I include finances as part of it, then there are. It's not just Chelsea that's more attractive than us. I'd say Man United. I'd say multiple different clubs who could spend more money. I'm taking finances out of it. I'm saying if you're offering the same exact thing, who would they choose? Because that's what defines pull. 1 second, Egal. 1 second.
No,
That's
absolute
what
bullshit.
defines pull.
You can't.
When it comes
Wallahi,
when it
that's
comes to
bullshit.
money and financial strength, that's a totally different argument. Because when it comes to financial strength, we've actually spent less money than Tottenham Hotspur. Never mind Chelsea or Arsenal or Man United. So that's why this debate is completely different. That's why I talk about Klopp and the players and the success, because that's what's attractive if you want to join Liverpool
Who's that?
Football Club.
Why
That's
is
1 second. That's the pull part. For me, I stick by my opinion even through this experience. Even through the Caicedo thing, I still think Liverpool are the second most attractive club in the country. But the behavior of the owners in terms of the money and the way we act monetarily and the stuff that Egal's been saying in terms of putting the money on the table does not reflect that. So that's the thing. So if we had that much money to spend, or we spend that much money, that's what I'm saying, Jay Stoney. Pull is different from money. It's not money related only, bro.
Sam, let me ask.
That's
you
even
something.
worse
Let me
if
ask
you're
you something.
saying that.
I can't believe
Let me
this.
tell you
Man
something.
City
Wallahi,
has the
it's so
most.
bullshit.
Manchester City has the most money in the entire country,
I'm gonna say
and
two
their
words.
pull,
One second, let me-
their
let-
pull is
No,
Pep Guardiola,
let me-
the
Bro.
KDB, Haaland, these guys, and them winning. That's
Bro,
pull.
Why
not
do we
money.
keep?
And
Why do
the
we keep
pull- the pull,
confusing?
the most
Why do we
important
keep
thing about
confusing?
pull, yeah?
One at a time,
Success-
guys. One at a time.
Success and financial success
No.
and finances have always been hand in hand. Why do you
No,
think
no, they
Leicester-
haven't been.
Why do you think? Why do you
No,
think
they
Leicester
haven't been.
was
Asked
always a
Staffy how
miracle?
much money his club
Why do
spent.
you think? Why do you think Leicester's always been a miracle? Because the teams that make the most money, the teams that spend the most on their squads, the team that put out the most investments and show the most ambition in their facilities, in their equipment, in their staffing, in their everything. There's many different ways to show
Egal.
ambition. But I
Egal.
honestly do
The
think
club in
money
England who
and
spent
pull
the
go
most
hand in
money
hand.
over the last, that club that spent the most money over in England over the last 10 years has 0 league titles in the last 10 years.
Because guess what?
Okay, let me
You can
just say,
spend money,
one second.
but you have to show ambition in the right way. Manchester
Yeah,
United were
this is-
spending money aimlessly, but they weren't
So what's
showing the
signing
right
Pogba, Lukaku, Sanchez, and Mourinho not ambition?
Bro, it's
No,
more about you're missing my point.
See how I
Let
debunk
me
your
just-
logic?
one
Bro,
second.
it's
I
not
wanna hear
debunked.
about
It's
it.
not
One
debunked because you want to know something? The teams
second,
that
Egal.
spend the most money is not only about that.
Egal.
It's also about how
Egal.
you
You're
Let me
including
just-
financial strength.
Egal.
Look, if we include, I'll
Egal.
make a crystal
Egal.
clear statement right now, and then we'll let Hamza speak. If we're including financial strength, Liverpool automatically are 4th or 5th in terms of pull, easily. But my argument is always, I have never included financial strength because, in my opinion, if we were to discover the real pull, you would have to put the same exact money on the table. That's my logic. I'm being logical, wallahi.
No,
Go ahead, Hamza.
let me tell you something. One second. Let me just debunk this. I'm the guy who's got the most pull in the Premier League. Yeah, by far.
I agree.
And 1 second. And me and Real Madrid have a pull and Bayern Munich. Why? Because it's a club that
Bayern
guarantees
Munich
you
have pull?
trophies.
Since when?
Most players, what's it?
Bayern Munich
Munich,
don't have
you're
pull right
joking.
now. Well, they don't.
Bayern Munich
They
have a
don't.
pull.
Bayern Munich do not have
Let me- one
pull.
second.
We've seen it
Like
this
the
summer.
video,
Wow.
you guys. 2,200 people here. Like the
We've
video.
seen
Go
it
ahead.
this summer. Bayern Munich don't have no pull. Don't
No,
put them in
one
that
second.
category.
No,
That's
but-
absolutely false.
Don't call a guy from West Ham, man. This guy is from West Ham, man. He has to
What
sit
about
down on the
Raya?
floor.
What about
Sit down on the
Havertz?
floor first. 1 second. let's talk about
Let him talk.
great players. Once again, let's talk about great. Forget these players from West Ham and people like the Bowen and all that stuff and Declan Rice. Those guys are Europa Conference League players. I'm talking about Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Manchester City are the only club that guarantees you trophies. Yes or no? Do you agree? Yeah, do we agree here? No.
Guarantees trophies. I'd say I'd include Barcelona in that. That's the only thing I'd say.
No, Barcelona doesn't guarantee a trophy. No, Barcelona, no. So
Okay,
I mean, if you're only looking at
maybe-
the last a couple of years, then maybe.
Once
But
again,
historically, Barcelona
when you
did
look at
guarantee.
when you look at the reason why Caicedo chose Chelsea are likely to win trophies and they show more ambition than Liverpool. Yes or not, Sam? If you're a player, Sam,
That's
and
not
Shut
like
up,
I said.
please.
no, one
Yeah,
second,
he
one
asked me a
second.
question. He said yes or no. Malak, he asked me a question. Yeah,
Because he said recent trophies, you're holding on to these.
And I'm
trophies
saying no.
that you've won.
Sam,
Chelsea have
Sam,
won so
Sadio
much.
because
Mane
in
Caicedo
20
just
years.
secured his entire career. He got a 9-year contract. Are you mad?
Sam,
Caicedo
Sadio
grew up watching Drogba and Essien and Makaleli. He didn't grow up watching Ian Rush and Kenny Dalglish.
Jamie
You guys
Carragher.
don't want to think
Jamie
about
Carragher.
that. You don't
Okay,
want
Yeah,
to.
he grew up watching Makaleli when Makaleli retired before this guy was even able to watch football.
But-
So where do we go from
You-
here?
Balak.
Okay.
You believe the
Balak,
bullshit that the
strength.
players say in the media, Staffy?
That's not what the players are saying in the media. Is what I'm saying. People want to play for Chelsea.
Caicedo
You
is
guys
from-
have
is
people
from the generation-
70s.
Caicedo's from the generation that
Listen.
didn't even watch Makaleli. So that's a
Bro,
bullshit
listen, let me-
thing to say.
Bro,
Let
don't
me
hold
just
on to
say-
Makaleli
Sure.
only like it makes any sense. I named 2 more players. You don't want to understand
There's an
that
interview of him literally 10 years ago saying he's a United fan. I'm not going to believe
Chelsea
anything.
has
I
been
think
more
you're
attractive
definitely
in the
saying
last. Hold on. Chelsea has been more attractive in the last 2 decades over
Than
Liverpool, and it wasn't even close. The
Why are
only
you going
2
2
teams-
decades?
Because you keep talking about recent trophies, and you're
No,
holding on-
you see, this is why you don't listen to understand, Staffy. If we're talking,
I listen
I'll make
to-
this clear right now. No, let me make crystal clear statement. If we're talking about modern era, Chelsea are more attractive.
I'm fighting for his
100%.
life.
Even using
Listen,
my
Lost
logic.
trophies
I'm
since
not-
2000.
No, but listen, I said under current regime. Pochettino
You guys-
still hasn't
you guys
managed
were-
at Chelsea yet.
Your
Bro,
football
that's
club was
irrelevant.
مش
He changed
بحكي
the whole
success
regime.
like from 20 years.
But
your
that's
football
irrelevant
club
because they
was
changed
parading
the
a
whole
Carling Cup
regime.
and an
If
FA
we go
Cup.
the last 10 years,
What kind
if
of
we go the last 10 years, Chelsea have
I'm
been more
going I'm going current regime, bro.
No, but
Listen,
Chelsea have just redone the whole regime.
Pochettino يعني.
They've just
What's up,
redone
Sam?
it, so that's not fair.
What,
Analysis.
Egal,
If
Egal.
we go
The
last
Premier
10 years,
League, the Premier League that Conte won has nothing to do with Pochettino and Todd Bowley and the current Chelsea. This is a different Chelsea. Same way,
They were
I'm not
fucking
going to
good.
use Arsene Wenger's Invincibles for Arsenal pull. It makes no sense.
so your lockdown Champions League counts. but their
Current state, I'm saying current state
Your
right now.
Champions League and league title counts, but their Champions League doesn't.
Because it's under the same manager. Same way Pep Guardiola's league title from 17-18 is important. You know why? Because Pep Guardiola is still the City manager.
So you're
You
telling
understand?
me when it comes to poll,
So
your
when Pep meets
trophy-
a player, he can go like, here's my 5 leagues.
No.
It's not
No.
just money.
These guys are deluded.
Hussam,
Listen,
it's
It's
subjective.
insane, wallahi.
This
Wallahi,
is
it's insane what
subjective.
I'm hearing.
This is
Like,
subjective, but based
listen,
on your opinion,
Liverpool
you're
fans
saying
It is
money has
subjective,
nothing to do with
100%. 100%.
This is a
Liverpool fans are
subjective
the only
topic,
fans that believe
but
this.
based on your
100%
opinion,
it's
you're saying
subjective. I've got no
you're
problem
saying-
saying that.
you're saying money doesn't have anything to do with it, and you're saying the trophy only counts if the manager that's currently present won those trophies to consider a poll.
So should
basically-
Pochettino flex that Tuchel trophy?
So basically, you're talking about
Should
attractiveness.
Pochettino go like, yo, hey, join us at Chelsea because I won the Champions League when he
What's
never
that?
done?
You know what?
He
This
doesn't
is
need to
why-
say that. Players understand that
This is-
already.
this is
They
why.
look at Chelsea
Okay,
and they
Staffy,
know
my
Chelsea.
argument is logical.
Yo,
Man,
it's
like-
Hussam.
No, it's-
Can you
it's
can
really
you explain this to me? Are you confusing attractiveness with pull? Because that's what I think.
No,
you're doing.
I'm not. Because I said, for me, pull is if all things are similar monetarily, who the guy would choose. That's why I've never claimed that I'm number one. I already know City's number one. If me and City had the same exact finance, City had the same exact finances, more players would choose City. Not and look at the reasons. Because of Pep Guardiola, because they have
Ambition.
players like because KDB, Haaland, Bernardo Silva, they have players like this.
Ambition.
And and the success that they've had. Pep Guardiola has won 4 league titles and a Champions League. Of course, they would choose City.
Sam, let me say something. I used to say, and it hurts Liverpool fans when I say this, and I have to be humble here. Listen, when we grew up here, we grew up seeing United dominating successful. These are kids. These are 22, 23, 24-year-old. They don't know Graham Souness. They don't know about Mark Lawrenson and all these guys here. Big up to all of them guys at 70s. But listen, a lot of these players are 22, 23 years old. They saw United being a little bit successful. They saw Chelsea winning league title. They saw a little bit of Arsenal if they're 28, 27 years old. What did they see? They saw and I'll tell you a story. This is a fact, whether you like it or not. On 5th of July, 2005, do you know what's so important about that date? Steven Gerrard made a statement, I want to leave Anfield. Go and Google it. I'm lying. Go. Let's go. Right, 5th of July.
Leave Gerrard alone, Hamza, man.
5th of July, and he wanted to go Chelsea. The Liverpool fan made threats and made death threats to him that the guy had to U-turn and decide to stay. He was going to Chelsea. He U-turned. Your greatest legend wanted to go Chelsea. He U-turned and
but
stayed.
Chelsea were more
He said,
attractive back then.
I wanted to join Chelsea twice, he said.
Chelsea were more attractive. I just said it.
Fernando Torres wanted to go to Chelsea.
Chelsea was attractive in 2005.
You have to see.
Yeah,
this.
Jose Mourinho, are you mad? 2 league titles
That was
in
like
a row.
1 year
Yes,
into
it was a-
Abramovich's time.
Bro,
What,
they
you're talking-
were spending
Yeah,
No,
but it
that was
was-
2 years in, not 1
When
year.
did Abramovich come in? Didn't he come in 2004?
2003, 2004 season.
But do you see how
Well,
early that
03.
was? I understand they won the league, but do you understand how early that was? So
03, 04, 04, 05? Come on.
So if in 2005 you think they were attractive, how do you not think they're attractive after 20 years
Dead.
of winning stuff? See what I'm going
Okay.
with this? Like it
Okay, I
actually
love,
makes it
I
worse.
love the fact that you've asked this. If we are right now saying attraction in the modern era, Liverpool is probably 5th place or 4th place. I've got no problem saying that.
Who have you
whatsoever.
attracted? I need some
I want to
examples.
get- yeah, okay,
Because
let me
we were
speak.
in Europa League.
But can I
attracting
answer
Pogba
you?
and
Can I answer your
Abramovich,
question?
and I haven't
Can I
seen you
answer-
attracted
But
anyone.
let me answer your question. If we're talking modern era, Man United are the most attractive club. If we're talking modern era, and then you've got to look at Chelsea, and then you've got to look at Arsenal, and then you've got to look at Man City, and then we probably come 5th. I've got no problem saying that. Wallah, I have no problem saying that. But my logic is talking about the current state of the clubs. I'm not talking about the 05 Champions League being a reason why someone wants to join Liverpool. I'm talking about currently, bro, because Klopp is not going to flex Benitez's Champions League. Same way Pochettino cannot flex Tuchel's Champions League. People need to be invested in Poch. عرفت؟ يعني when someone wants to come to Chelsea, he wants to look at Poch and go like, this is going to be my manager, bro. Now with Enzo in January, I hear what you're saying, and it's a good argument to make. What I'm saying is no one was willing to go as high as Chelsea in January from a monetary perspective, and the guy had a release clause. يعني in January, you're telling me at the time, if a Liverpool or a City or a Madrid or a Barcelona or a Bayern or a more quote-unquote stable club came in for Enzo, he'd say no? Of course he wouldn't say no. But the problem is money. Did Liverpool put 120 on the table? No. Did Madrid do? No. Did Barca do? Man United, Arsenal? No one did, bro. No one did. And this guy said,
we agree, but they have a listen. I can see there's a project going at Chelsea. I'm seeing
Everyone can.
Mo Salah going Saudi Arabia definitely next year, 100%. He's going to Saudi Arabia.
We don't know that for sure.
Bro,
you're just doing agendas.
Speak on absolute.
Neymar and Ronaldo just
speak on
went.
absolute, bro.
Not okay. How much? You'll see. Mo Salah, 1 more year, he's going.
Okay.
Saudi.
Hamza, you think Mo Salah is better than Neymar anyway?
Before we go rabbit hole, the most rabbit hole.
How
Hussam,
old
I
is
partially
VVD?
agree with you. This is what I'm going to say. If all things are the same, Liverpool and Chelsea, maybe you can sign him because you're more attractive at this moment in time with the player. But all things will never be the same because Chelsea will always go above and beyond. The same way.
I agree.
The same
I've
way.
seen Chelsea sign world-class players for years. They got Kante with no Champions League. Hold on, they got Kante with no Champions League. They've always gotten world-class players. Name me in the last few years world-class players that Liverpool signed. And don't say Mane because Mane was not world-class at the time.
Okay, can I give you an answer that's going to shut your argument down right now this very second?
You can't give me an answer because
no, I will right now.
up and
Listen
coming
to
at
this.
the time.
Listen to this.
He's going to say
Bayern Munich won a 6-tuple, and I was speaking to football fans from back then, and wallahi al-azim, so many people regarded Thiago as the best midfielder on earth, and we signed the best midfielder on earth.
So predictable. See, I even called it.
So now it's so predictable. Because it's an example that now he's mentioning money again. He's mentioning money. 20 million. But we're not
was he
talking
the
about
best
money.
midfielder in the world that year? That was not a statement.
When they won
He
the
was a good
6-tuple?
player.
When they won the 6-tuple? Haram
Wallahi,
alaykum,
was he
was in the
the best CM in the world? The guy was like 29, 30 when you signed
by
him.
many people regarded him the best. Wallahi, so many said that he's the best. Not even me.
You can't be the best midfielder in the world, and the transaction was about 25 million.
Staffy,
That's
they
a
had
small ass
just won a
transaction.
6-tuple. Bayern Munich just won 6 trophies in 1 year, and
Doesn't
Thiago came
matter.
to Liverpool. You
Doesn't
don't
matter.
act. But,
You
but,
can
but
sign
you
anyone
see,
from that
you know
Bayern
why
team
your
and say
argument
that.
is weak. Okay, Staffy, let me tell you why your argument is weak, and let me tell you why we just have to agree to disagree, because you include finances in it. Because your immediate reaction was, 20 million. طب ما okay, that's my argument the whole time.
That
يا أخي,
just
give-
shows me that
طب يا
wasn't
أخي,
a big
والله one
signing.
statement and then respond. And
That
I'll
big
shut up, I
signing is
promise.
20 million. I've never heard that
I'll let you
bullshit in my
respond.
life.
Wallahi, I'll let you respond. Here's the thing. I'll say one statement. Right now, give Liverpool Football Club 400 million to spend this summer. Do you think we're gonna sign fucking 20 million pound players? Be honest.
No.
طيب, okay.
With the
But the problem
current
is,
market,
if we include finances in it, yeah, I shake your hand, Staffy. I say we are fifth. No problem.
no. Bellingham
Sam.
went for 88
Yeah, but
million.
Sam,
You guys
the
could have
problem
easily
is-
afforded that, and he still said no. So
Okay,
we
Madrid
can't
have more
include-
pull than us. Madrid have more pull
Hussam,
than us. No
the
problem.
problem
I
is-
agree. More
the problem
attractive
is-
and more pull.
Hussam, forget about Paul for a second.
I'm not delusional. Am I supposed to
Hussam,
sit up here and
Hussam,
say we're
forget
more
about
attractive
Paul.
than
Forget
Madrid?
about
Of
Paul.
course not.
Forget about Paul. When it comes to negotiating and getting things done, Liverpool Football Club is actually one
Are
of the
bad.
worst.
Horrible.
Yeah. So they're one
I
of the
agree.
worst. The reason why is because they're not willing to give a player that had one good season 50 million transfer fee and give them wages close to your starters. Your
I agree
wage
with, but it's
structure,
financial.
your
صح?
wage structure, your wage structure
Okay,
and
but
your
it's not
financial.
attraction, it's financial, which I agree with you.
Yeah. So your financial
I agree.
situation is what makes you lose these battles, and that's why people say you
Thank
have no
you.
pull. And
Thank
at the end
you.
of the
I
day,
agree.
this is what I was saying from the beginning. So if you want to
Oh,
remove,
Egal.
if
Egal.
you want to remove
Egal.
wages, if you want to remove finances, it benefits you, but it actually takes away from the wider
Name me
argument.
one world-class player that's ever signed for Liverpool. One world-class
Thiago
player.
Thank you,
Alcantara, we just
Hamza. That's
said
what
one.
I'm saying. There we go. We go again with the
If
Thiago
you want to go,
Alcantara.
by the way, if you want to go
Oh,
historically, I can name you much more. If you want to
Okay,
go
But
name
we
it.
historically.
signed
Name it.
Bastian
Go on.
Schweinsteiger from Bayern,
This is
and
an
I didn't even
irrelevant
mark him as
argument.
well because he was
Can answer.
washed.
No.
Can
Luis
answer.
Listen,
Suarez was a
this
world
is
class.
irrelevant.
No,
because
Luis Suarez
going
was world
forward-
class. He was
He was
scoring
a
goals
world
in the
class.
World Cup.
This is
He was
irrelevant.
scoring
He was
goals
not
in the
world
World Cup.
class.
Go. Step away from this.
No, the
Egal.
reason why
Luis
this is
Suarez
an
was
irrelevant
Bayern.
argument, and you guys are just attacking Liverpool for no
answer?
reason, is
No,
because
we're not.
if you
Egal,
look
Egal.
going forward, all they need to do is start paying the people the wages that they want and giving the transfer fees from the jump.
No, Egal. Okay, let me just say, look at the players.
Hamza,
that
can
they-
I ask you a question and you don't be shameless?
We
Robertson
can't have
from
two
Hull.
different.
Yeah,
Once-
okay, you're
once
gonna
we-
mention. Listen, you're gonna mention the players that we made good. I agree with you.
Robertson
There's
from Hull,
more.
PPD
طب يا
from
أخي,
South-
let
take
me make your
Pearce.
life easy. There
Who
are
are
more
class.
players we made good than world class already.
Yes,
I agree with you.
I agree. That one
But
you
now,
take.
let me ask you a question without you being shameless.
Marciano's
If
played for South.
FSG knocked on Klopp's door in June and said, Klopp, here's 400 million to spend, do you think he signs these players?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's why my argument from the start has never included
you're right,
money.
You're right.
Is-
I don't.
Okay, because
Klopp-
if we include
Klopp-
money, we're in 5th place. We're
No,
in
one
5th.
Klopp
Only
was
we're
a-
more attractive than Tottenham if we include
No,
money.
no,
So
you know.
I
No,
know that. No
Fuck.
problem.
Oh shit, we just signed someone else. Nice.
Who?
Another
He
Alex?
didn't even
player.
say his
Another
name.
player
He just
to
said
Chelsea.
someone else.
David Washington, some 18-year-old.
Or the
Yeah,
Brazilian.
Oh,
player.
the Brazilian guy. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you
To,
guys said that.
Big up. Welcome to
answer,
Chelsea.
to answer Staffy's question, I believe Alisson was world class when he signed him. Van Dijk, I wouldn't
No.
say world class yet. I'm not going to be disingenuous. So I think Alisson was world class when he
Alisson
signed
was
him. He was
world
top
class.
5.
This is mental.
Yeah, he was.
Hamza.
He was top
Wallahi,
5
this
in
is
his.
mental.
No, he was top 5 in the world in his position. You go to Thiago Alcantara, he's a world class signing. You go
He
to if you want to go back in history, then you
Back
have to say
history,
Suarez, you
go
have to say Fernando Torres. There's
Fernando
many.
Torres wasn't world class.
Fernando
That's a lie.
Torres was world class at Atletico Madrid. He was
wasn't
starting for
world-class. Oh my
Spain.
God.
He was starting for Spain.
He wasn't world class. But
He
you
was
can't call him
starting.
world-
He overtook
up-
Raul Gonzalez. Hamza, you're
No,
better
but he
than that.
wasn't world class.
You're
He was playing
better
for
than that.
Atletico Madrid, man. What are we doing here?
Whether it's injury
Wallahi,
prone
it's
Thiago
insane,
or not.
Hamza.
has
These
been-
arguments are insane. Hamza.
My guy saying Suarez was world class playing for Ajax.
The problem is, you know what? My whole life,
It's mental.
Andy
Wallahi.
my
Carroll,
whole
when
life.
One second. When Andy Carroll was their main signing,
He was
There
a
you are.
bigger signing than Suarez at the time. Remember?
There you are. There you are.
What are we doing here?
Wallahi, he was. When they both
Listen.
signed, Carroll was actually the bigger signing. People thought
Yes.
that he's gonna be the main
People
guy.
ask who's
Wallahi.
Suarez. I
Speak
remember
for
that.
yourself. I never believed that.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
believed that.
Bro, he
No,
was
I'm
the
just
main
saying.
signing when you guys made it because you guys so
Because
took
of
the
the
money,
money,
got
yes.
Andy
I agree
Carroll
with you
because he
because
was
of the
that
money.
figure. Yeah, and
Yes,
I
I'm
think you guys paid more for him. He was that figure, and then Suarez was just there next to him when they took the pictures, and then Suarez ended up being the better player.
Look,
But
here's
he
the
wasn't
thing. The
world class at
problem
the
is,
time.
the problem is my whole life as a
Yes.
Liverpool fan, I've never
Suarez
seen
was
my
good player.
club be in financial power to spend. And that's why I'm actually agreeing with all 5 of you, but I'm just looking at it from a different angle. I'm just telling you, Yahi, if it was a level playing field financially, it would be a different conversation. So I'm just using the logic of players want to play under certain managers. And that's why when I mentioned City, if you notice, I put City in first place. I spoke on Pep, I spoke on the players, I spoke on the wins that they've had. These guys won 4 out of 5 Premier Leagues. They won a Champions League. Players want to experience that. So it's not just about the money. I understand. Now, this topic, I can't lie. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I'm a brave warrior. I fought back at least.
I'm going to throw the wet towel in for you.
Egal
listen, I fought back.
The Caicedo spin, I think, was still a little bit iffy, but I think you handled it well.
Yeah, I handled it. I tried, didn't it? Let me just read
my guy was desperate. He brought in about Declan Rice rejecting us when we pulled out the bid. The guy was so desperate.
Oh, you just to say Gakpo. Gakpo was waiting for us to sign.
Hamza, before you get Egal going, let me ask you a simple question. Do you want me to play your TikTok right now? Shall I play your TikTok?
You can, because he has the song in the background.
Yeah, he has the baby calm down. But if I could play your TikTok right now, it will debunk your whole.
That's why
Hamza's national, Trevor.
Pep in the press conference. Pep in the press conference said word for word, Declan Rice chose Arsenal, and I still never said Arsenal have more pull because I'm not.
Hamza, you're a shameless guy. You're a shameless guy. It's okay,
bro. What the hell? We pulled out the bid on Monday.
Yeah, you pulled out on Cucurella. You pulled out on everyone, right?
No way, I'm not accepting.
Hey, comment. Right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Comment section. You can't shame the shameless. Anyway, let me just get to the super chats before we get to the real shameless football club on this panel, Manchester United. A whole hour of my ass getting roasted. You can on my own channel. Big up to everyone who's watching us right now, guys. 2,200 people are watching episode 1 of the A-listers. Unbelievable, you guys, man. Big up to you guys.
To all the people.
Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Comments, Liverpool fans, I tried my best to punch back. I know I probably fell in the end, but I was punching back at least. So big up to you guys, man. Love to you guys. Make sure you're all liking, subscribing. We want to get to 1K likes. That's our target. We're 100 likes away. So every single one of you guys right now, slap the like button, subscribe. Let me get to these super chats because I can't lie, they're roasting me as well. Felipe says Chelsea must challenge this season. No excuses. Fair enough, Felipe. We will see. We will see. We will see. CFC fan, let's make this clear. We need to win a trophy and challenge for the title. Wallahi al-azim, I'll have words for Poch if we don't achieve this.
Top 4 and a trophy, and not yet on challenge. Not yet on challenge.
I think 3rd place is realistic. 3rd place.
Maybe. We'll take it a game at a time. Reassessing.
No, but Lewis, after this spending this much money, surely you're better than Liverpool and United. Forget City and Arsenal. You should be better than Liverpool and United.
Yeah. I had Liverpool and United finishing 5th and 6th in my predictions.
Okay, fair enough.
Make top 4. But like, if we're gonna say higher, I need a couple more months.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Big up to Max who says LFC lucky Todd didn't take the food of the plates as well as the transfer targets. That big up Lewis. Max, I'm gonna be honest with you. I cussed my club more than anything, Akhi. I'm gonna be honest. Chelsea, bro, they killed us, man. They humiliated us. I'm gonna be honest with you. And
this is revenge for Louis Garcia, man. We didn't forget.
If it wasn't a goal, Petr Cech would have been sent off and we'd have had a penalty. I'm just saying.
I back Kudacini. I've been through this. I back Kudacini.
Gerrard is scoring against Kudacini. Behave. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, my brother Max Morgan, man. Thank you so much. Big up to BIG who says, I don't want to hear Hamza talk about Chelsea have more pull than LFC the whole show. If you say that, then that means Chelsea have more pull than Man City. Facts, because Olise chose Chelsea too. So hold that, Hamza. Big up to you, BIG. Big up to Wave who said they shot like Darwin Nunez. No, even worse. We shot like Andre Voronin. If you know, you know.
Voronin, oh my God. That's such a throwback, bro.
Big up to Murad who says, imagine Bowley gets Allison also to piss LFC off. No, I don't think that's going to happen. That's like now you're not just taking the piss. Now, if they take Allison, bro, I don't know.
Oh, wait, Allison is the only reason why I didn't lose by like 2 or 3 in that second half. Unbelievable.
Big up. Big up to Fatur says, buy one, get one free. Buy one of Decore or Gallagher. Bakayoko free, Akhi. This whole Bakayoko business. Honestly, Fatur, I'm going to say, Terima kasih. Thank you, my brother. But I'm going to just keep it stepping because seeing those 3 names makes me want to cry. Big up to BIG who says, Lewis, you talk all this trash online. Humble yourself. I saw that air live video you did with Kopish and Matisse. You're like 5'2". Lavia and a centre back. Eventually, you'll always be short.
What's up?
I think
Big up to the Giants. Like next time, I'll bring a step ladder to the video so I can actually look down on them. But hey, 5'2", and I still don't get rejected as much as Liverpool do. So it's all fine. It's all fine. That don't mean shit to me. Thanks for the donation, though.
Even I didn't see that coming. Damn. I can't lie, Matisse is the guy that looks like a midget, but hey ho. Akhi Hossam, we can't be mad. We entertained the side chick in front of a jealous wife and we went back to her only to get rejected. Madness. Bro, Chelsea humiliated us. I've said this publicly. I've got no problem saying that. The Lavia thing, we punched her, we shot ourselves in the foot, as they say, and we deserve it. Wallahi, we deserve it. Big up to you, Zlatan. Boli might put a bid for Don Hossam soon. Hey, I'm a man of principles. I don't care about London. I don't care about wages per week. I'm always going to be a Liverpool fan, JW. Don't worry. Hussam James are okay, but Anfield agenda and these Twitter FP millions deserve this. I saw Alisson Saudi rumors. I think Alisson stays. Alisson and Salah, I don't think go to Saudi. But big up to you, my guy Vivek. Big up to Elia who says Chelsea for life. CFL. Caicedo. Fern Lavia CFL. Big up to you, Elia, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. LFC as well, if you want to include Enzo. Big up to Max who says Lewis going to be drinking out of a bucket at this rate. It's not just Liverpool tears mug at this point, it's a bucket. Big up to you, Max, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Caicedo, the missing link. I've seen this movie before. We have seen it with Staffy's club that we're going to get to in a second. Big up to you, BIG. Big up to Zlatan says, Akhi Hussam, Lego man Lewis is right. He did make many valid points, even though he cooked me. It's the reality. I'm going to be honest with you. Our club stank over the last week. Yeah, factual cookings. Hamza, what happened with Liverpool are back? No one's going to say Liverpool are back, including Liverpool fans at this point. So we have to say it in the transfer market. So even Hamza will take the L on that one. It's okay. Play the Caicedo song, copyright infringement. But thank you for the super chat. Liverpool want Andre. Chelsea is buying him. Jacob, yo, if they take Andre from Brazil as well, we might just, in FIFA.
Oh, he's Brazilian.
Yeah, the Brazil.
Bit long.
Yeah.
For you guys.
Bottom right. On FIFA, delete club. That's what we should do if they take him as well. Big up to SH. Big up to SH who says, Warrior Hamza, they don't know about Man City and Mogadishu. Why do you support that team? We know you supported Arsenal for 2017, big man. What do you want to say to SH, Hamza?
No way, man. I've been City through and through 1998, Kevin Hollock, and back in those days, man. Come on. Big up, Kevin Hollock.
They don't know Hamza. Big up to you, SH, man. Big up. Melissa wasn't ready. Yo, Melissa really wasn't ready. Melissa was definitely not ready, man. She wasn't ready for the smoke. Explain FSG shameful low ball on Caicedo's wages. I told you the problem. Look, the issue is finances, man. Our clubs suck financially. And that's why I told the guys from the start, if we include finances, fam, we're fifth. We're just more attractive than Tottenham, so that's the reality, man. Big up to Chelsea FC and Joe says, unfortunately for Liverpool, MLS window is closed. You bozo. I can't lie, I would have taken Messi still. He can play midfield, low-key. Big up to you. You know what, Lewis? Mohamed El Nani starts for us. And I'm not even exaggerating because we actually have no DM. So I would have taken Busquets. Right. BBC News channel has finished me, says AJ. Big up to you, AJ, man.
That was wild.
Hamza got bars like that still. Big up to you, AJ. Zlatan says, Hussam, why is Staffy talking? His team got 3 points even after that goalkeeper dissipated two Wolves players. Shameless. Zlatan, stick around. The next section, the United section, we're going to talk. We're so going to talk about Manchester United. Thank you, Zlatan Akhi. Big up to you. If you want to hear Hussam mention Gerrard, 100%. That's the guy. That's my ride or die right there. LFC want to marry a girl who's sleeping with CFC. Yes, we got cucked, bro. We are cucks. I have said this. We got no problem admitting this. My club, bro. We made ourselves humiliated. Wallahi. Lewis, your man is a Real Madrid, United, and Arsenal fan too.
That's fine. He's locked up for 9 years. I couldn't care less.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever people make this whole fan argument, that's why I shut down the whole Bellingham stuff using the fan argument. Raheem Sterling, ladies and gentlemen, is a Manchester United fan growing up who played for Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. Being a fan of a club means F all for these players. Zlatan says, Hussam, how can a club go from pimp to sip in 24 hours? We have to take our licks and move on. I was playing PIMP by 50 Cent. Come to find out, I was the guy getting pimped 24 hours later. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Big up to you, Zlatan. Big up to Sean, who says, big up the panel. Big up, my brother. Thank God for Caicedo's sake that he joined Chelsea club with Ramy to the ground that he'd be finished within 2 seasons. Hey, the amount of space we've been leaving in that DM position, Caicedo would have to do a marathon job. Thank you so much, Sean. Sab says, all you guys with all the Chelsea pull, where the hell did Chelsea finish last season? 12th, right? That's why for me, I never used the logic.
12, and we still took all these targets. So what does that really mean, man? What does that really mean? You might not talk about 12. We finished 12th and you still didn't beat us in 2 separate games. What does that mean? Couldn't be the worst Chelsea side in Premier League history. Miss me with that 12 shit because you lot didn't make it count.
Sabs, I love you, but that's an own goal still. I don't even know what to say back because the 12th
That's
place.
12. All that means is that you got finessed by a team in 12th. That's worse on you.
Makes it more embarrassing. But Don, my G, you can't take away things that make you less attractive and then talk about attraction. Money adds to attraction. I hear that argument, and that's a fair argument. And I wouldn't fight you if, by the way, Tavan, big up to you. Look, my logic remains the same for every club. And I've given everyone here the argument. I've said if we include money, then we're 5th, and I've got no problem saying that. Big up to you, Tavin. Big up to Aaron, says, does Hussam know what year it is? It isn't the 70s. Yeah, I know it isn't the 70s, because if it was the 70s, we spent the most money, so we'd have been most attractive in both scenarios. Big up to River City Ranger, says, what's the point of having guests if you're just going to cut them off with all this copious waffle, Hussam? River City Ranger, if you don't like the way I fought back, that's on you. But for the first 27 minutes, I did not say a single word and was roasted by every single one of them. So acting like the guests didn't talk is just waffle from you. But thank you for the super chat. Stoyan says, this is ridiculous. You can't remove money from the pull equation. It's literally one of the most important factors. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, if you think that's up to you, but I'm just looking at it from a different angle. Egal giving pull, this definition to fit Arsenal. Fairs. Hamza, why are you off camera, akhi? Egal has something to go deal with. What is this, bro? This
I'm here.
Whenever Hamza's off screen, you know he's eating, bro. He's making a drink. See, I knew it, bro.
If Liverpool was in London and if Liverpool offered 250 grand a week for a 20-year-old, just like how Chelsea did, every player would choose Liverpool. Liverpool offered less than 100k per week for Caicedo. If we really offered less than 100k, then we're more embarrassing than I first thought. I thought we offered, the reported news was 110 or 120. If we offered that less, Aditya, we deserve this humiliation. But thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. Sab says, Hamza, you have said yourself on multiple streams, if Klopp gets owners with deep pockets, then the tide shifts towards LFC. And he admitted it at the end as well, after he done his long monologue.
That was in Chelsea's side.
Yeah,
I made
the money.
sure the transfer went to Caicedo. To Chelsea.
The money thing changes the equation, man. Makalele retired in 2011. Caicedo was born in 2001. That's what I'm saying, man. So when he mentioned Makalele, he knows he's being shameless.
It's so stupid. Do you think I watched every legend in the game? There's people that I've never watched until, like, I don't know, because I wasn't.
No, but Staffy, here's the thing.
I don't know of him.
Here's the thing. That's why I'm saying I don't trust what players say in interviews. Suarez said he used Liverpool in PlayStation.
That's not what I meant.
He was 4 years old when Makalele was playing, bro.
Yo, let me say something. Let me say something. A lot of French players coming up, especially black French players, love to play for Arsenal because they look up to Thierry Henry. It doesn't mean that they all watched him, but they all know Thierry Henry was a symbol of Arsenal. So that's the same argument I'm making for Chelsea. Chelsea had the most black legends in the Premier League, in my opinion. Yeah. So a lot of these black players coming up want to play for Chelsea because of that. That was the argument that I'm making. Doesn't care. I don't care what age they are.
Yeah,
fair enough. His father is a United fan and Valencia was his idol, says ZZ. I can't lie. I saw his face saying he's a Man United fan. Once again, I don't think
Valencia was playing for Egal.
And Antonio Valencia.
To be honest, a lot of Ecuadorians are Man United fans. So
big up to Alhambra, who says, Hussam, your argument is like saying who has the better basketball player. If we were all 7 feet tall, finances and ambition are undeniably part of the pull. I don't think it's undeniably, because I think if offered the same exact conditions, this whole argument changes and swifts. So I'm just trying to look in science. I'm a chemical engineer. A controlled experiment is when you change one variable and keep the rest of the variables the same. So that's all I did. Big up to you, Alhambra. Thank you. Question for Lewis. How's your day going? Hey, Lewis is having too much fun today, man. He roasted the crap out of me. He's got his world heavyweight title.
Big up Andrew, though.
Can you give us one like how they do when they win the title?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Champs of the transfer window.
Oh my god.
Look at this guy.
I need to buy
that.
What a shame. What's up?
You're on
Xavi's pulling away all the Chelsea transfer
I think
targets.
there's a full screen shout out right there, Lewis, with the champ.
Yeah. Put him on full screen, actually.
So we put him full
The
screen.
champions,
Put him in the
transfer
comment.
window champions at long last, and also Premier League champions. We're
Screenshot this,
counting
guys, for when he loses.
Yeah, screenshot this, man. The champions of the transfer window. You think I care? You guys all contributed. This is our title. This is our championship.
Listen, we win games on the pitch. not in transfer window.
You win trophies on the pitch.
Hey, promise.
I can't lie, I'm gonna need an editor to get all these clips. Big up to my guy who was talking about Barca taking Chelsea's players proves his point. And here's the thing, I have no problem admitting right here, right now. Thank you, my brother, for the super chat, that Barcelona and Real Madrid, in my opinion, are more attractive than any Premier League club. That's my honest opinion. Big up to Boogie, who says, big up to Hussam on the panel. Why would anyone want to currently join that Liverpool squad? Hussam, you can see the issues with your club, but you don't think these players do. Our club has always been ambitious. Look, our club has issues right now, but at the same time, there are positives that are going for them. I'm just trying to make it a level playing field in a theoretical world to actually speak on pull. That's it, Boogie. But thank you so much for the super chat, Boogie. Big up to you, man, all the way from the US. Hussam, Bayern were ready to let Thiago go. That's just saying anything. That's like saying, oh, they were ready to let McAllister and Caicedo go. Who gives a fuck? Like, the player went, the player went. He could have stayed. The biggest factor that defines pull is the club's willingness to invest in order to win trophies. That's not true. That is not true. And I'll tell you why that's not true. Many players would choose a Barca or a Madrid or other clubs who don't necessarily have the same financial might of a City or a PSG over these clubs. So City and PSG have even more financial power. It's not just finances. We have so many players who have rejected PSG and City, by the way. Big up to Shadow, who says Spurs versus Man United 5-1. Maddison scored a brace. Come on, you Spurs. Shadow, I'm gonna be honest with you, that next week game, it's looking sticky because Spurs were crap too, but Spurs are not a serious club, so we don't even address them. Big up to you, Shadow. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Terry Tibbs, who says, I want Barella and Decore rebuild done midfield. Decore apparently has been quoted 80 million. I don't think we pay that, Terry Tibbs. Barella, I asked a direct question, and the answer was he doesn't want to leave Italy. So, yeah. If LFC's midfield show the metal and courage Don Hussam has shown in the last hour, LFC is going invincible this season. I appreciate you, JW. Wallahi, I tried to punch back. I tried to fight back. And people need to understand, man, I've been doing this my whole life. Because growing up as a Liverpool fan in the Middle East, while these guys were busy talking about their achievements, I was flexing Stevie G. I was flexing 05. You know, my whole life, all I was saying to United fans is, get to 5 Champions Leagues and then talk to me. It was just that. Like, I've been living football wars my whole life. That's what people don't realize. Big up to Baraka, says, big up Hussam, can't lie, you tried. As for expectations, I'd still say top 4, not challenging for the Premier League yet. Fair enough. And people need to switch it up, by the way, now. Start talking top 5, because 5th also gets Champions League. Remember that. Big up to you. Big up to Miron, who says, Lewis, my Ethiopian brother, be humble. It's just one game, says Miron.
Bro, that's why I'm not saying nothing about no title. They want me to say Chelsea must challenge. No. We must get back into Europe. We must win one of the domestics as long as we don't buck Man City. It's as simple as that.
Fair. A calm, not screaming Hamza is even more irritating. I can't lie. You're spitting because when he's calm, you can see the vim in his eyes, man. It's just...
When Hamza just talks in a low tone and he starts dissing you, it's actually more aggravating.
Hamza talks in a low tone, that's when you know it's done. It's time over, man. Okay, Hussam, Lewis, hopefully you receive a chair shot and lose your title. Hey, I need to do one of them.
Never lose, man. We've been the kings of the transfer window.
I need to do one of them like Seth Rollins, like there's always a plan B. And I need Hamza to take a chair and just slap Lewis.
Money in the bank, the guy with the chair jutsu.
He's gonna do remember when Evolution turned
Big
on
up
each other.
Zlatan, man. Big up Zlatan. I appreciate you. Listen, my people, there's 2K people watching us right now. We're this close to 1K likes, like 5 likes away. Slap the like button now. Subscribe. Everyone who sent in a super chat is gonna get a shout out at the end. Love to all of you guys, man, for tuning in to this absolute battlefield over the last hour and 20 minutes. Everyone, please like and subscribe. And speaking of battlefields, Mr. Staffy, Habibi ya Mustafa, it's time to shine. Man United, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Talk to the people, my dog.
Like, why do you always put on the terrible accent?
It's such a horrible accent. He needs to give it up. What do you want me to talk about?
Can you tell the people like what happened, and can you tell them to like the video as well, just for me, like?
Well, not when you're speaking like a white girl like that.
Get him, like a
He's a valley girl. That's what he's doing. He's a valley girl.
Bro, it's wild, bro, because like his accent is
California.
insane. Yeah, he's definitely a Cali girl. But listen, I don't know what likes we're at right now, but we called this
900?
show. Is it 900? We called this show the A-listers for
Nah,
a
you
reason,
passed
because
1K.
there's A1 people on this panel right now. If you're not liking it and getting over 1K, then I don't know what's going on, because this guy has been torched for over an hour. You know, so at least support him. The only way, the only way you can make his day better is if he sees a 1K likes. That's the only way that can make him better. But what do you want me to say, bro, about United? Because if you haven't watched me on the terrace yesterday, I know a lot of people here watch us on the terrace. So if you haven't watched me on the terrace yesterday, there's nothing new that I can tell people. I'm not a shameless Man United fan for most times. Yes, when we're dissing like that. When we're dissing each other,
Roman Reigns Superman punch.
When we're dissing each other over like transfers and stuff, then I'll be shameless. But in terms of what I've seen on the pitch, I didn't like what I've seen on the pitch, and I've been calling it out. And I don't like this midfield. I don't like the personnel we're using, and I've been calling it out since the Madrid game. And people told me, because me and Hassan talked about this so many times, but like without even being like on his channel and being live, that I'm not a supporter of this current formation that we have, the signings that we made. I'm not. This whole thing is just not working for me. I don't think we are title contenders, as a lot of Manchester United fans expect us to do, and compete for the title this year. A lot of people don't think we're going to win, obviously, but a lot of people think we should push for a title charge. And I don't think this team is good enough for a title charge. So I'm not going to sit here shamelessly. I could sit here and diss Liverpool all day, but when we're speaking realistically about this team is not good enough. This midfield is not good enough. The front line is not good enough. And the tactics are not good enough. You know, so there's nothing for me to sit here and shamelessly talk about. You know,
so you're not going to apologize for you laughing at me when I said 1-1? I was this close, Staffy. I was this close to it.
I'll tell you what, I 100%, because people who watch us on Al Ahwa, I 100% underestimated Wolves. To be fair, I did not know that they had Gary O'Neill. And Gary O'Neill is very organized defensively. He came out and he played that game very well. He congested a midfield that we already have so much space in. I watched the average positioning of both teams. There was a visual of the average position of both teams' players during the 90 minutes. And all you can see from the visual is that basically it was Casemiro in the middle, Bruno and Mount were kind of high up top, and then you have four players just around Casemiro. It looked like four of us basically when we kind of attacked you in the beginning of the show. That's what the game was all about. Casemiro had no space to pass into. His midfield was too far away from him, and we were giving up the ball too much. We had Casemiro overturn the ball 17 times. That's a huge number for a DM, for a team that wants to build from the back. And our whole front line was just too wasteful. We were winning the ball high up the pitch a lot, but we turned it over. I think Terry sent me a stat. We turned it over 39 times. No one turned the ball over more times this whole Premier League game week more than Manchester United. 39 times. I think the team in second place was at 29. So we turned the ball over about 10 more times than any other Premier League team this game week. So I don't really have much to say. You know, if we're going to talk about the Spurs game, that's going to be a different game, and I'll save that for another show when we do a preview. But there's not much to take out this game other than I've been right, and I've been right to call out this team. And everyone who wanted to say relax, is just a preseason game. Well, yesterday was an official game and it did nothing. So the tactics don't change because the competition now is official, or if it's a preseason game. You know, and I'll
let me add
to
you
call out
and dunk on your head the same way you dunked on my head. I want to hear what Hamza has to say on the Man United Wolves game. Go ahead, Hamza. صح? You wanted to hear Hamza? اسمع.
You know
Hamza.
what? It was inevitable anyways, so it's
the game is the game, حبيبي. تفضل حمزة. Man United won the Wolves.
He's gonna turn on me.
I would the first half. And the thing is, it's Ten Hag's second season. It's Ten Hag's second season. The guy came to this league, talk all big. Last year, some performance he had were questionable. This was his first game. First game, Hassan. It was shocking. Shocking. They were telling us before the game that they're going to end up lose 5-0 or 4-0. These are United fans were telling me. They look down on Wolves saying, oh, Ruben Neves is gone and we're going to play a poor Wolves team. This is an easy game. Wolves absolutely did well. Sam, I am so glad Casemiro looks like a Turkish guy in the kebab shop. I've never seen this guy. He's completely different this year. I've not seen this guy.
Hamza.
Bro, he's bad, man.
It's not
He
his
is
fault,
bad.
Hamza. You know, Hamza, he's being left on his own, though.
No
You
way.
understand that?
He loses the ball. He's not comfortable on the ball. He can't pass.
I agree.
The guy used to be a destroyer, but this level of to be a Brazilian and be this bad is shameful. It's the second Brazilian that you've had. Fred was the other guy that was supposed to be a Brazilian top midfielder, became a flop. Casemiro this season and Mason Mount, 65 million signing. What did he do in the game? What did he do in the game? Nothing. What did he do? They had chances after chances. You know what annoyed me? I've always said it. United are corrupt. They're corrupt. This Premier League is corrupt. When I tell you, look at this guy. Is that his real picture? Seriously.
He's that fat. Stop saying
It
that.
was a bad angle, but that's him.
It was a bad
That's
angle.
real.
Oh my God. Yo, he looks
He
like
took
my
off the shirt in the Madrid game and he looked
Listen,
fitter than everyone.
listen,
So let's
I
not
have
do this.
never seen United that bad. And let me tell you statistics. Guess how many shots Wolves had?
23. I already know.
23. That's the most shots they've had, any team has had against United since 2005. That's Eric Ten Hag's record. Hossam, since 2005, no one has ever come to Old Trafford, peppered them that bad, other than Wolves. Eric Ten Hag's with that record. What a shameful performance. What a pathetic performance from a manager that you're telling me that you trust. You're telling me that he might be good enough. Look at Arteta. Look at the way Arteta's performing at home. Okay, he won by smash and grab, fair enough, but he played ball. They had the most passes. They looked comfortable. Okay, but you guys at home, guys, you needed a Varane's header, then a decision against Wolves that got the referee sacked this morning because there was pressure. Listen, thank God now we're not living in Fergie's era. No one's gonna accept those kind of decisions. Yeah, there's social media. People call the Premier League for it. People gonna call you up. So we know there was corruption when you won the league. I've always said it. There was corruption when you won the league. When Fergie used to refuse to give. No, 1 second. When Fergie used to refuse to give interviews for 7 years against the BBC because the BBC criticized him. Pathetic. Pathetic. You could not do that now because we're here. We're watching every time. Fergie will never survive this era. The amount of
See, this is where we start waffling too much, Hamza. Let's please go back to the 90.
Going back to the
Speak
game.
about the 90 minutes. Don't talk
Going
about
back to the game.
Staffy, check your WhatsApp, man.
Rashford looked tired.
I know what you mean. I saw what you mean.
Sam, Rashford didn't look the Rashford I used to see before. He looked tired. United, I'm telling you now, if this is the team you're playing and you're supposed to challenge for the league, you're supposed to be challenging for the league because anything less than second is a failure. Staffy,
No.
already.
No. Hold on, Hamza. We will not finish second.
Already? No, you're supposed to be finishing second.
Why? Why are we supposed to?
You're supposed to be progressing. You can't just regress. What the hell are you doing?
And who regressed for us to finish second? You were
So
Arsenal.
that means you can't finish third anymore. You have to finish second.
But
You
who
have to show-
regressed?
when
Because
when
if we're
you
talking
come-
about Arsenal right now, you would say Arsenal have to finish second or first. And you
Arsenal
already
have to
put
win
your
the
team
league.
to finish first. So
Arsenal have
who
to
are you
win the
going
league.
ahead of?
Arsenal have to win the league.
So
Look
you're
at
going to
Egal
third.
doing
Is
the
that
league.
what you're telling me?
Yes,
Hamza, don't. So you honestly believe your team is only good enough to finish third this year? Come on, Hamza.
Me, bro. I've got Kevin De Bruyne injured now. I've got shot scored already.
You're about
But
to
you
sound like
guys, you spent 400 million, and that Onana, I told you, Onana, bro, my guy clattered him. This is the Premier League. This ain't Serie A, you know, bro.
He was
25
amazing.
shots on target. I'm telling you now. Watch United's next 3 games. I expect a loss. Next 3 games, I expect a loss. I guarantee you that, Staffy. If Ten Hag
If we
doesn't,
keep playing this team, I agree with you, Hamza. I agree with you.
and you have to blame your manager. You have to
I
blame
did.
your manager.
Hamza, did you not hear me? I just said that. I gave a whole monologue on that.
A lot of your fan base are frauds. They
agree.
protect him too much. Yeah,
I agree with you.
They think that Ten Hag cannot be criticized.
Hamza, I got called yesterday the league gunner of Manchester United.
Oh,
You know why? Because I came out and said this team is not good enough in preseason. And then when the games it was played yesterday, I repeated the same thing. You know what I told them, Hamza? Wallah, I'll send you the video after the show, Hamza. I told them, go play my match reaction to the Madrid game or to Dortmund game, because I did 2 match reactions. Go play what I said in those 2 games and play it for this clip right now, for like this game. And it's going to still make sense because I'm saying the same thing. Nothing changed. I keep saying this midfield is not going to work. People want me to go in on Mason Mount. I'm not going to go in on Mason Mount because I already said
But
this
why
was the
though?
why?
Why?
Signing.
Oh,
I'll tell you why.
why.
I'll tell you
He
why
had
I
a
won't go in on
stinker.
Mason.
He actually had a stinker.
No,
No,
but
he
called
actually
this
did it.
a long time ago.
He actually didn't. And I'll tell you
Maybe it's the
something.
rating.
What Mason Mount did in yesterday's game is what I know of Mason Mount. I did not expect Mason Mount to come in and all of a sudden turn into Ronaldinho.
Come on, Staffy.
So no. Just let me finish. Wallahi, just
Okay,
let
but
me
you
finish.
can't expect him to be Chelsea Mount. You have to Ten Hag develop him. You know.
That was
Yeah, let
Chelsea
me-
Mount.
Yeah,
That
but,
was Chelsea Mount.
That's what I'm saying. Lewis would know. Everything he did off the ball was what I'm expecting from Mason Mount. Do you know that he had the least touches on the pitch and he played 68 minutes? He had exactly 30 touches on the ball. Onana, the goalkeeper, had 48. So it means our goalkeeper had more touches than our midfielder. But what does that tell you? That does
That's
not tell
crazy.
me.
That's
And I'll
crazy.
tell you why.
You're
The
not holding
issue
on
with
to the
Mount,
ball.
and I've said it more than once, Mount is playing too high up the pitch. Okay. Mount, the thing that he did well yesterday is every time we lost the ball, he came back and recovered well. So he helps us on that. But he is a tactical player. And I've said that when we signed him. You remember when it was me, you, Ozzy, and Mo. I said he's going to be a good
You didn't want
tactical
Mount
player.
from the beginning. You didn't want him.
Exactly. So this is why if I'm actually defending him right now, it just shows you that I know this is so bad that it's not even his fault anymore. The guy's playing so high up the pitch. We are
So who's
technically
to
playing
blame
a
then? Ten Hag?
6. The manager, 100%. We're playing a 6 and 2 10s. 2 10s. Okay. You cannot do that in the Premier League and expect to win. Mount getting 30 touches is not because he is bad. It's because he is so far away from the ball and he's not being asked to drop deep and get the ball. He's only done
Okay,
it
is
once or
this bad
twice.
signs for you going forward? Because, like, for example, here you got Memphis are saying we're trash, top 10, unlikely for us. Would you like? Okay, that's an exaggeration, but I'm saying as an idea, would you say this is like warning signs? Big up Memphis.
100%. But this team, listen, I think this team is better than this, but not with this formation and not with this 11. This 11 is not going to survive. There was a screenshot that I'm going to send it to you so you can put it on the screen. We are basically, because when we build up, we go to 3 in the back. We basically, our formation yesterday looked like a 3-1.
Sent to you, like, I feel disgusted. That one.
That's the one. Yeah. If you can put that one up, because I sent in the
But
chat.
I don't have WhatsApp, so you have to send me on Twitter, so I'll put it up for you.
I'll send it to you. We're basically building up with a 3-1-6. Our three defenders, which is Varane, Lissandro, and Shaw, who are building up the play, they have a whole front line of Wolves players ahead of them, and then there's Casemiro in the midfield. You tell me, how do you build up play like that? What are the defenders meant to do when there's no midfielders dropping deep? Last year we struggled when we had Casemiro playing next to Eriksen because Eriksen wasn't good defensive.
Oh yeah, you got 0 tackles. Yeah, how does that work?
That's for a midfielder.
What do you mean?
Staffy, you know,
Bro,
you called this. I expected you to have a little bit of vim because you actually called it.
Alex talks a lot of shit sometimes. I could send you a clip. I don't know if that's considered a tackle or an interception.
What about
But
Not that one
there
where
was-
he tracked back
Yo,
and then
there
There
just.
was one where he tracked back for 80 yards and got the ball of a Wolves player in
This
in the
is
box.
it, like game 1, and
Okay,
we're
can we-
already doing the
can we talk
cardio
about the elephant in the room
Mason
on the
Mount.
game?
Like, what are we
He
doing?
did cardio yesterday, but it's not his fault. Alex wants to sit here and he wants
Did
me
you
to.
actually just say he did cardio? I love this. I love this.
No.
game,
Yesterday,
man.
people on my watch along were saying
That's
good
all it
cardio
is.
session
Bro,
for Mount.
they're doing cardio comps on Twitter, bruv, of Mason Mount tracking back 80
Mount
yards
ran.
and regaining
He did that.
possession.
Lewis, you know what I'm talking about. But this
It's
is what
like,
I'm saying. I
like
don't believe
Mason
him.
Mount wasn't doing well, but this is exactly what we got him
Loyal
for, bro.
squad.
You can get any academy player, just put them on hella
100%.
cardio training, and they'll do the same thing. Like, no, it was terrible. It was
But do
terrible.
you
Crazy.
understand
It
why
was
I'm not blaming him,
awful.
Lewis? But now do you understand understand why I'm not blaming him, because he's been
I'm
given
I'm
instructions.
blaming him. He had minimal touches on the ball, and he
But
was terrible.
these are the
to
instructions
limit
that
the
he's
time
being
he spent
given.
on
But
it.
he needs to take no. He's not being instructed to make 0 tackles. He needs to take personal accountability. Wallah, make
Bro,
serious.
his press
This
yesterday,
is the
because
same thing he
won-
did at Chelsea when he was meant to be one of the main players for us, where he just disappears for about 40 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Lewis. He's
He's
playing
doing
so
the
high.
target,
actually
which is
true,
not
by
a
the way.
good thing. It's not his fault thing. It is his fault.
No,
This
it's
is his
not his
fault.
fault.
He's
game
not-
one,
Lewis,
He
Lewis,
doesn't
it's not-
involve himself in games.
because the manager told
Staffy, is
him to
this true?
play.
Jose Sa had
Oh,
more
because
touches.
it's the
Onana, I
same thing he
expect.
did at Chelsea. It's not the way. It's not the manager's instructions. It is
Lewis,
him. He's a ghost.
I'll tell you something. I will blame Mount when I see Mount on the ball, making the wrong decisions, misplacing passes, taking bad shots, making bad decisions in general. But when he's being played, we're attacking with 6 players. Everyone yesterday in that front line, from the midfield to the front line, was horrific. Every one of them. We gave up the ball 39
Yeah, it's not
times.
just
Do you
him.
understand?
Not just him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming him for being told, hey, Mount, I want you to hug that left wing next to Garnacho and only come back when we lose the ball and just run. Every time we don't have the ball, he was helpful on the press. Sometimes you can press and not actually win the ball, but then someone else nicks it off the defender. But you being a second defender that's pressing, actually,
but this
exactly,
but
he's
that,
done that
that
a lot.
doesn't all the off the ball attributes. That doesn't change the fact that he doesn't involve himself on the ball enough, and when he is on the ball, he doesn't.
But that's why he was the wrong signing.
decision making. He loses possession too easily.
Imagine if you had
That's-
Madison instead, or somebody.
The thing about Madison would have been perfect for a build-up. The issue is that Ten Hag wants us to play at such a high pace, and I hate it. I hated watching yesterday's game, not because we were bad. The pace of the game that we are playing is so fast. It's like it seemed like we were playing at the 91st minute of the game for 90 minutes. You know, it's like it looked like it was stoppage time. If you would have came in and I hit the time, you know, when the scoreboard shows the time, if I hit that and I just showed you the way we were playing, you would assume this is stoppage time. Because every time we get the ball, we rush it so much. I'm like, why are we playing like this? This is transition football cannot be played with inefficient players. If we want to play that German style, if we want to play like Liverpool had efficient players that had Mohamed Salah, that had Mane, that had Firmino, that had Wijnaldum, who's doing the Mount role much better than Mount is. If we want to play that style, you have to have efficient players. Every time yesterday we got the ball, Garnacho played the worst football I have ever seen in my life. He did not make one great decision yesterday. Every ball he gave up, every
Anthony,
take on,
you're not going to talk about him?
Anthony was actually better than Garnacho, and that's why I'm not even talking about him. Garnacho
But
was so
Garnacho's
bad.
19.
Yeah, but he's being started. So who do I blame
Anthony's
here?
23 years old, and he
but
he signed
He
last
shouldn't have
year.
started.
But you don't get it. You
There
don't
should
get
be
it.
higher
Garnacho,
expectations on Anthony.
100%, he should be doing better. But Garnacho was so bad.
100 million.
It just shows all the people that wanted him to start. I kept saying this guy's not ready to start. They're like, here you go. Staffy's hating again. Because the guy,
this is a violation.
You know,
This is a
Sam,
violation.
Sam,
Let me jump in
Sam,
on
the
this.
You can't have 0 tackles. You can't. You
Yeah,
can't.
let me jump in on this. Let me jump in on this. I
Go
just
ahead.
want to say, we're talking about Manchester United, and I completely agree with you in the midfield, and that's why you guys got peppered. By the way, when I say they got peppered, 23 shots for Wolves, outplayed
bro, Cunha looked like Neymar.
our Wolves.
The way he was running at us.
1 second. Staffy, you probably agree with all these points, so it's not even you getting cooked, it's just your team. The performance was absolutely shambolic, and the fact that they won, you guys take this win, wash your hands of it, and never speak of it again, and just run with it, because this performance was shocking. On top of that, Wolves got robbed. And it's not even about Manchester United. The referees,
that's where we're gonna
in
disagree.
the Premier League are an absolute disgrace, a joke, and utter sham. This is corruption at the highest level. How is it that you are apologizing not even 90 minutes after the match? You're apologizing for a mistake that you made.
What does the apology do for Wolves, huh?
It doesn't do shit for them. And they average more apologies than punishments towards referees.
How many times did that happen last year? Egal, while they apologized to you guys.
Alone, you had the Brentford situation with us. You had Brighton versus Tottenham. You had situations on and on and on throughout the season. What do they need to do to get this problem solved? Because Manchester United also had a handball with their own thing also. There was numerous situations just in this game alone. And it happens every single season. Now, you guys can take it and say, oh, it's on Man United, Barchester, Howard Webb. But I'm going to take it further than that.
Thank you.
They are literally making sure that the decisions go certain ways because I genuinely think it's corrupt, and they just want to make sure that the top teams eat, and sometimes the bottom teams get punished. And it happens.
And by the way,
only
this is what I told Staffy as well, and I agree with you, Egal, and I agree with AJ completely. He's saying, "Wallahi, I feel bad for the Wolves fan who traveled to OT." You know what it is?
Wait, hold on. Can I answer that?
ثواني. I'm gonna let you respond. I promise.
It's not towards you.
I know, but it's.
I promise we're gonna go on mute. Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
I feel bad for the Wolves fan 100%. And me and Staffy had a conversation about Premier League referees in general. Premier League referees, the Premier League, let's just say bottom line statement. The Premier League is the best league in the world with the worst refs in the world. That is just the ultimate reality. And with Manchester United, they do get more favorable decisions. Like they do. Listen, I'm not saying they're corrupt. I'm saying more favorable decisions. Wolves have to blame.
We have 3 penalties last year. Stop doing that.
I promise I'm going to be quiet. Wolves have to blame themselves for not taking the chances 100%. But at the same time, when Onana comes out for the ball and he clothesline 2 Wolves players, like this is WWE, ACW, bring the table, yalla, let's do RKO through the table. Akhi, you have to be honest, like he literally, when the Premier League officials come out and say, we made a mistake, I agree with Egal. Yeah,
but they never give these. They never give these. That's the only thing.
I'm going to be quiet.
Bro, they gave it to us 3 times last year.
They gave
3.
it to Arsenal.
What are you talking about? Did you guys watch the Spurs game? Vicario came out and took out the Brentford attacker, and they didn't give anything.
Bro, Staffy, it's not about you.
They themselves said it should have been a penalty.
Why are you defending the referees?
No, I'm not defending the referees.
They themselves said it should be a penalty. They themselves said it.
Because I'm okay with Egal saying this is a refereeing issue. But to say Manchester United gets favored by the referees, we don't. We had so many incidents last season where it's factual that
Martinelli got at Old Trafford.
That was still a foul. I don't care what they say. That was a foul. I don't care what they say.
So you're just going to be shameless, Staffy. You don't want us to be shameless, but
last year, no one benefited more from VAR overturns than Liverpool. Listen. It is in fact. No, bro. Because you are shameless. You made this a Manchester United thing. We have refereeing issues.
I'm not talking about VAR, ya akhi. And
you just said corrupt for Manchester United, and Hamza's running away with it.
1 second. You're going to take this whole conversation in a different direction. I just said Premier League referees are the worst in the world, full stop. And I'm saying from Wolves' perspective, what does the apology do? In Arabic, what does the apology do for them?
This is a refereeing issue. I agree
with 0 points.
I'm sorry for that mistake. It doesn't.
Even Memphis is saying it. He's a United fan. Wolves got robbed even before the penalty.
Memphis has his opinion. I have my opinion. I've seen this. Listen, if we want to talk about the rules being wrong, we could do that. The only thing I'm not accepting here is that we're going to make this a Manchester United thing because you said Manchester United benefit the most from refereeing decisions. That's not true.
Do.
Last season, it was proven factually that the team that benefited the most from refereeing overturns was Liverpool. Last season, we dropped so many. The only reason we finished second in our Europa League group and even had to play Barcelona is because we were given a corrupt penalty against Lisandro Martinez. Everyone gets benefited and everyone gets their bad days with refereeing decisions. Egal is the only one I'm respecting right now who spoke about this because he said this is not a Manchester United thing. This is a refereeing thing that's affecting everyone. But we're not going to sit here and act like we benefit from VAR every game. We were given 3 penalties. That was the second least amount of penalties being given last season in the whole league. 3 penalties. So we're not going to sit here and act like this is something that's not.
You want to know what happened? Last year, we got a friggin' referee fired because he made a
AJ, he'll get triggered
because he made a poor decision. Now, guess what? Lee Mason, who got sacked last year, apparently, has now been rehired by the PGL a year later. These guys, they lack accountability towards referees. But
I agree.
They're quick.
30 years of corruption.
They're quick to give Klopp a punishment of 2 games for what do you call it? For talking back to a referee. They're quick to give us yellow cards, players yellow cards, managers yellow cards. I think they need to find a governing body that overviews the referees so they improve their performances. Because as long as you have nobody judging your performances and how you perform, guess what? You can do the bare minimum and get away with it, and you earn a living. These referees, bro, they're making some of them are making over 100K, like figures a month. Like this is nuts. They're making millions. These referees are making football money. I
get you, and I agree with you.
And then they come up and say sorry. What does your sorry do, ya akhi? And Staffy,
This-
can you explain your logic why it's not a penalty? Because I actually haven't heard why do you think it's not a penalty?
Because they never give these, bro. There's so many times where the goalkeeper collides with the defender, and unless their hand touches the attacker's face, they never give it. Even Messi in the World Cup, they didn't give it until they looked at VAR and they saw that his hand touched his face when it was against Fabianski.
You know,
I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm saying they never give these. It happens
No,
so
but
much.
that comes back
Go
to
to
our
the-
point. Remember the
Habibi,
Prem
go
refs
to
are
my
the worst.
Twitter. Go to
We're
my
talking
Twitter
about
right
the
now.
refs.
So hold on. Go to my Twitter right now, and the same one was I posted a clip of the same collision between Jose Sa and I forgot who he was going against, and he came out and he clattered the attacker when he was trying to collect the ball, and the VAR checked it and they said we're not overturning it. That's what I'm saying. It happens against everyone. We can sit here and argue that it should be given, but it needs to be consistent. But we're not gonna sit here and say this is a Manchester United thing, because I could.
This is a Man United thing, though. Why are you angry?
Then I'll just sit here shamelessly. I'll do a Lewis. I'll sit here and say, you know what? I'll drink on your tears right now. I'll sip on your tears. Manchester United benefit from all the decisions, and just do what you want. You know what? I'm gonna get a marker right now, and I'm gonna write Sam's tears on this.
But
and I'm
not
gonna go
Sam's tears, it's the reality.
You know what? Hold on.
There you are. See, I love.
He's actually gonna go do it, isn't he?
I love when I rattle him so much. By the way, I just want to say shout out to all the viewers. We've got people watching us from Serbia. Big up to you, man. Faisal, Serbia, Czech Republic, all over the world, man. Love for the love you guys have shown us, man. Big up to you, Habibi. Big up to you.
Shout out Jokic.
Big up to you, man. This Hamza guy is worse than Ty, says Miran. Yo, Hamza is shameless.
Hamza's up there still.
Arteta and Ten Hag are Wenger clones too protected? Ten Hag is protected, but I can't lie. Staffy is actually one of the ones, and I'll say this before he comes back because I don't want to make his head big. Staffy is one of the ones who's actually been critical.
Are you got your belt too?
Yeah, cry.
Let's go.
What is your belt for?
Staffy's actually been one of the ones who's
What is your belt
critical.
for?
Premier League champions.
No,
Yo,
what's
what
his
belt is
for?
this? Intercontinental?
Refereeing decision champions.
No, show me the belt. What belt is it?
It's I won it when I won the fantasy league.
Oh, that's so.
Oh, jeez, that's it.
That's a good belt.
Was that from the guys that they brought on Shark Tank?
Basketball fantasy. That's amazing.
No, was that from the? I don't know if you watched the episode, the Shark Tank episode, where the guy was doing like trophies for like fantasy and stuff. Was that the one? The same
They just
company?
do that everywhere.
You can just order it online and customize it. I actually have a ring as well, so hold on.
You got a ring also for the basketball
ring.
fantasy?
Full
Yeah, show us. 1 second. Can you show us the ring?
Bro,
What does it say?
Gee.
Show us the ring, please.
zoom out.
Focus it on the camera. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yo,
That's
that
amazing.
looks cold, man.
Bro,
Has
that's
my-
amazing.
Has my name on the back.
That's
Well,
really
yeah.
cold.
You should have put your fantasy team name.
It's actually cold.
So yes, I'm gonna
Hamza,
sit
do you
like
think
this,
this is a
and you guys
Hamza,
can
do you
cry.
think this is a Man United thing, or is this just?
Bro,
a
can
referee?
I talk about one more thing about United though? It's not
Go
only
on.
about the midfield. You guys are the exact same from a year ago.
Yes.
I think Ten Hag this season he has no excuses.
I
and
wish
he
we
has-
were from the year ago, because
This
actually the
year-
year ago we
this-
kept the ball well.
This year he's gonna have to try to play his style of football. He no longer can say he has the excuse of, oh, it's not my team, I don't have enough time. He has to try to start playing his style of football, even though he might not have all the players to suit it. And the reason why I was pointing out specifically Anthony, is because Anthony is one of the definitions of the first signings that he brought in through the door. And if one
That's
of
funny,
his
guy. I
first
agree
big
with
signings is a failure, he has to hold that. And it's going to be a lot of fans are going to start judging him this season a lot more harshly. And that's not only rivals,
like
that's your own
first
fan base.
That's the first thought. I really thought it was the Intercontinental.
It looks
one.
like it, but it's not.
You know, I actually.
Yeah, and
snuck
by the way, I
into-
was wrong about referee wages. My apologies. They make around 30 to 50K a year. What was I thinking?
Here's the thing. Like, I actually snuck into one of the Man United spaces late night where they were actually talking about tactics. And I can't lie, they were discussing the point that Egal just made. People will just look at it because Egal's an Arsenal fan, but the reality is this conversation is happening in Man United spaces as well. And Man United spaces, not spaces as in on Twitter, like spaces where they speak to each other. Because it's like people are saying, like, Ten Hag, aren't we supposed to change the stuff that we were doing? Because the entirety of last year, Lewis, Egal, and Hamza heard this statement. Ten Hag is waiting to get his players in to play his style of football. طب okay, he built his whole entire spine. Onana, Lissandro, Casemiro, Bruno Mount, all of his choosing. He made Bruno captain. And then you got, the forward line with Anthony in. So, like, it's
Do you
just...
want me to be objective, or do you want me to just be shameless?
See, this is your problem. When I give
No. You
when
want
I
me to
give
be
objective criticism, you say I'm shameless.
No. Wallahi, I'm
Tactically
not.
speaking. Okay, break
Wallahi,
down
I'm not.
tactically the game.
Do you
Before
want me
we
to
wrap.
tell you what? Do you want me to tell you what the actual issue is?
Can you
Because
come closer to the camera though? Because this is A-list.
I already explained the issue, obviously, with the midfield and all that. But if you want me to be objective, and I'm not making excuses before anyone saying, "Oh, Staffy's making excuses." The issue between the difference between this year and last year. Last year, when we got lost the first 2 games, he started becoming pragmatic, and that's when he signed Casemiro. And we were playing 2 DMs. It wasn't Casemiro alone. It was Casemiro and Eriksen. This season, Eriksen is being left on his own. When he started playing Kobe Mainoo in the preseason, is because he wanted him to basically take on Eriksen's minutes. But then he got injured in the Madrid game. When you leave Casemiro alone in that role, he's not good enough because he can't pass alone. And the minute he loses the ball, he's being attacked, okay, on his own. So there's so much space that's being left on his own when people come at him, okay? So not only does he not have a progressive DM or number 8 next to him, he's being left alone to defend. If he was bad last year, Casemiro wasn't bad. If the midfield was bad on defense last year, because it was Eriksen and Casemiro, and Eriksen didn't have the legs, and at least he was a body there. Now imagine you just removed Eriksen, didn't put anyone. At least Eriksen, yes, he's not the best defensively, but he was still there. And we got peppered 7-0, 6-3, 4-0, 3-0. We held corn in so many away games last season because that double pivot on his own wasn't good enough. So imagine you removed him and you didn't put anyone. So people are going to sit here and tell me, oh, but are you like relying on an 18-year-old to come in and fix your midfield? Actually, yes, because unfortunately he's not available. But until we get Amrabat in, this team, this midfield as it is, it's not going to work. And unfortunately, as I said, Casemiro is going to be sacrificed. And even I came out yesterday and said he won't be good enough for this role on his own. But the manager needs to fix something right now because he changed the way we played from last year, but now it's leaving other players exposed. Even Lisandro Martinez, it has to do so much more one-on-one defending this season compared to last season because there's no other DM in front of him. So he's being left with a lot of space. So it's not going to work. I need to see what the manager is going to do. I'm not going to defend him until he does something. He showed me last season that he could adjust during the season. So I will still give him a chance to adjust, okay? But as it is right now, it's not going to work. And it's not going to work until we get another midfielder in. The midfielders that we currently have, unless we get an Amado de Onana or it is Amado Onana, right? The one that plays in Everton or Amrabat, it's not going to be good enough. So
Yeah,
that's my objective take on it.
Imagine you have to pay a lot of money for him. You know what? I actually rate that. And by the way, to the people saying comparing it to Arteta had to play with El Neni, Partey, and Emil Smith Rowe midfield.
Arteta plays a different brand of football anyway. So if people want to be really objective,
and Arteta, by the way, from the first game wanted to play Arteta ball. So that's what we have to do.
But he didn't. For the first year, he was
very pragmatic
to win the FA Cup, we were pragmatic. From the next year, before Odegaard came in January, bro, we had El Neni, Partey, and Smith Rowe in the midfield. That's what we did.
And there was a period that you guys played 3 in the back. So even Egal.
Well, that was the year before when he.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it is fine. But he is trying to do. That's what I'm saying. If you want me to be objective, he is trying to play the brand of football that he wants now, but he doesn't have the right personnel.
And you know what the problem is? The people he signed are not the right personnel. That's my issue with him.
Not really, because Casemiro was the right personnel last season.
Anthony, who he signed, and Mason Mount, who he signed, are 2 people I look at, and I'm saying they don't really look like players that would be objectively good in this system. But hey, it is what it.
I think I need Mason Mount to be treated like Havertz. You guys paid 65 million, and he has no issue leaving him on the bench.
Havertz had a good game against Forest.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. Havertz is not forced to start. He did not start all the games. Egal, correct me. He only started the what's it called, the one against City, the community shield game, right?
Yeah.
Was that the only one he started? I think that's the only one he started. Because
he started against Forest as well. He did.
No, he started against Forest and he started in the community shield. But before that, all of preseason, he was on the bench.
Did he start the last game? Ahead of who?
Yeah, he started against Forest, bro, and he actually dropped a good
in Forest. He was in the midfield.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, he's starting in a different position, but you get what I'm saying. He has no issue. Okay, so he played him 1 game as a striker, 1 game as a midfielder. And in the preseason, he kind of didn't play him all the games anyways. He
came
was
on
bringing
in
him
the
off the
second
bench.
half, yeah.
That's completely fine. And Egal, you remember I said this. I said if Arteta is smart, he's not going to start him every game, or he's not going to be forced to start him, but just because he spent all that money. I was like, this is where he makes his name, because even Pep does that. Pep doesn't just force and start everyone just because he paid big money for. Because as fans, we can sit here and we could be like, oh, you paid too much money for him to bench him. You don't listen to that. The smart manager would only play. Listen, if it's not working, I could put you on the bench. I don't have to force you because we paid so much money. And this is the stage we're reaching right now with now. And
1 second. When I was getting cooked when we signed Havertz, weren't you saying we spent 65 million on him?
Yeah.
Or were you one of the people defending me?
No. I said if Arteta's smart, he won't start him every game. Wallahi, I said that.
Okay.
I either said it on your channel or the terrace.
Hamza, what do you want to say?
A certain somebody, when they sign Lucas Paqueta, if I see Lucas Paqueta or Phil Foden on the bench, you're holding that. And I'm coming for you. You know who
Go
you
on,
are.
Hamza.
No, 1 second. We all sit down the floor. Like, you've never played this.
If I see 90 million Paqueta on the bench, wallahi, you're finished.
After Hamza will read the super chats and wrap up.
Let Hamza have his final say. We have the receipts. You're finished.
1 second.
Let Hamza have his final shameless moment before we wrap up. Go on, Hamza.
You signed Pepe for £72 million, the biggest flop in Premier League history. You could not even play him. Arteta could not make use of him. You've wasted the money. No, once. Yeah.
Did Arteta sign him?
It's your football club.
No. Did Arteta sign him?
1 second.
Did Arteta sign him? Answer the question.
He spent 700 million.
Answer the question.
He spent 700 million.
Answer the question. Did Arteta sign him?
700 million.
Answer the question. Did Arteta sign him?
Listen, your football club signed him.
No. So you see, you're wrong. You can't say Arteta signed him.
No, but that's the same thing. What you're saying, it doesn't matter. We need to keep a player fit. Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne is already injured. We cannot afford to keep playing Paqueta or Foden all the time. We have to rotate them, because one gets injured, we're finished again. So we will not do that. I'm sorry. And let me tell you, Butlers FC, we will not let you do that. Yeah, to win the league. It's not going to happen. Let me go back to that United fan. 1 second. Let me go to that United fan. Listen, United spent 100 million for this.
Why did he come in a United fan? You know my name.
1 second. He shows me one thing. This guy's talent ID is bad. Yeah, he signed Anthony for 100 million. He's already, this fidget spinner's flopping. Yesterday again, second season started. He's already struggling against Wolves. Yeah, you had Garnacho there, who's supposed to be the star boy. For Man United, I know their fan base, they're so shameless. Everyone is a star boy. At one point, Bebe was their star boy because Ferguson signed him from 7 million. One time, Machado was their star boy. Lingard was their Lingardinho. Remember? Lingardinho. Everyone's their star boy. They never learn. So leave these guys alone. Yesterday's performance, Lisandro Martinez, I want to know, why did he come off?
He injured his ankle.
Oh, was he injured? I thought he was yellow carded in first half.
He was yellow carded, but he actually got off because he's injured.
He got cooked. He got cooked first because I thought he was get sent off second leg. I thought he might get sent off in second half. He got cooked.
Hamza, I agree with you, but did you not hear me a few minutes ago? I said that the defenders and Casemiro are frustrated because of the way we're leaving them exposed. I said they have to do a lot of one-on-one defending.
You with what you said.
Okay,
but do you see, Hamza? I want you to cook.
Listening.
But don't cook me because even Egal right now, he's like, wait, but stop.
You're repeating what he said.
I'm
trying to repeat what he said.
I'm not going to defend United, so cook them, but leave me out of this.
1 second. There was a spider here, so I had to take away the spider here. Get out here, man. Listen. There was a spider, so I had to remove the spider. Listen, I just said Lisandro was poor, Garnacho was poor, Rashford was very poor. You're right. Rashford had a stinker. You know, Rashford, he had a stinker. So a lot of your players are not performing. Your signings that he signed, those players are not performing. Malaysia's not played. I've not seen Malaysia for a long time. This guy, I don't know whether he's going to stay at United. You've got people like Mount are not doing well. You've got people like Anthony who's not doing well. So tell me one signing that's doing well for Man United so far. Yesterday, Onana could have had a shocker. If they consider that
played
penalty.
very well. But besides that penalty, Onana played very well.
To give away that penalty would have been, bro, you don't give that penalty. Like, you don't come. He's bad at that because I saw him against Liverpool. Sam, you remember that goal against Liverpool when he was dumb? He came out and he missed the ball and you guys headed and scored. Do you remember? Onana, he's very good at misjudging the play. He's good at distributing, But one thing is weakness. I'll tell you one thing. Write it down, United fans. I'll tell you something. He's very, very good at misjudging. He'll come out and he's not supposed to come out. Why do you think he got chipped by Bellingham? Why do you think the overhead kick by Hossley went in?
That's different than being
Why do you
commanding
think he
in
got
the air.
chipped halfway line by nobody from loans? Yeah,
Hamza, but hear me,
he's
Hamza.
always
That's
in the wrong
different.
position.
Hamza,
This
Hamza,
guy will cost you games.
Hamza, but that's different than being commanding in the air. He came out and he collected a few crosses that De Gea would have never done for us. But not because he had one misjudgment am I going to say he had a bad game. Because he had a lot of good ones. The last one in the game, he came out and collected a cross that was kind of low and was going to the striker. And he put his body on the line to get that. These are things that I've never seen with De Gea. So we can judge one, and I get it. We could be like, that was risky. That could have given us a penalty. But he's the one guy from yesterday that I'm not really going to allow the slander, because when you take that away, he actually had a decent game. But go ahead and continue.
No, I thought Onana.
Yeah, you take away the clothesline, he had a good game.
Yeah, he will cost you games. You will remember this. He got chipped, and you blame Darlow. But it'll come a point that you start saying Hamza was right. Hamza was telling the truth. This guy is a distributor.
He will make some mistakes.
This guy is a distributor, but he's always getting caught out. Remember, I said that first. I'm the first one to call him out for that.
Because you know you have Ederson.
Huh?
You know you have.
I've seen Ederson being chipped. I've seen him give an Undertaker
Ederson fly kick Mane in the head. Man.
Remember when he gave him the Undertaker big boot and he just kicked him in the face and got sent off? But Hamza has selective memory here. It is what it is.
Listen, it is what it is. Look,
let's just wrap this up. Read the super
let's
chat.
just ding, wrap this up, because I don't want to keep the guys for a whole 2 hours, So let me just read up these super chats and then wrap it up. Big up to everyone who supported us as well across the stream, man. You guys have been elite. We've gotten super chats from Czech Republic, from Serbia, from Indonesia, from all over the world, man. You guys are absolutely elite. Big up to you all for all the love you've shown us, man. Love, Habibis. Onana is the new tribal chief, says Zlatan. Hey, Onana's crazy, man. He's punching up people, man. Haaland was the first world-class player City bought. Previous signings, no one was seen at that already world-class level in their cheating 10 years. The funniest one, Donny, was when Robinho thought he was going to Man United because he didn't know Man City existed. That was fun.
Remember,
Robinho was like, wait,
sign Emil Heskey as your number 9. When I had Jojo as my number 9.
Michael Owen won the Ballon d'Or that year. Why don't you talk about that?
Humble yourself, Liverpool.
See, when you talk about no, you humble yourself. I have a Ballon d'Or winner. Where is
Gary McAllister from Coventry. Gary McAllister
scored the winner against Everton.
Never forget what.
Gary McAllister won a European trophy before City did. Big up to you, Donny. They literally paid for Lavia and gave 10 million pocket cash. Yo, bro, this Lavia thing embarrassing as hell. I'm gonna be honest. Let's just say it straight up. Big up to you, Blaze. Exactly what Pep is doing right now. Because you can be questioning Pep Guardiola right now. He just dunked on everyone. Let's be real. He dunked on everyone. To Egal, what are your expectations for Arteta? And if he doesn't meet them, should he get sacked? If no, then you're contradicting yourself.
Damn. He didn't even give Egal a chance.
I don't know what he's referring to, but I've already made myself clear. We finished third, and we're not competitive in any of the competitions. You can go for the manager's head. I'm not going to stop you, and I'll probably agree with you. But when it comes to
what if it's second, but you're not competitive?
If we finish second, we compete for the league, and we win another trophy like the FA Cup, League Cup, and we're competitive.
Let's say a 10-15 point gap between City and Arsenal.
Bro, simply put, if we finish third and we're not competitive in any
but second, but you don't compete,
then that's not even. I want to be in a title race minimum. There's not going to be. So
okay, fair. That's a decent.
And also, anyone who's thinking, "Oh, Egal doesn't hold Arteta accountable," you clearly don't watch any of my videos.
Yeah, he did.
He has been.
That's why you got a sub.
Yeah, fact.
You'll hear all the shit.
Big up to David, who just sends in 2 empty super chats. Big up to you, David. I appreciate it, my brother. And big up to Mike, who says near 20k. Big up to Sam. That's thanks to you guys' support. I have no idea how this happened. Alhamdulillah, first of all, and of course, big up to everyone who supported us. Todd playing FIFA Takeover. He low-key is in the career mode where you just go like takeover and then you get all the money. It's that was a good cheat code as well. They gave it to Arsenal versus City last season, 3-1. Says Wave. Big up to you, Wave. Thank you so much for the super chat. Pranay here is making a decent point. He's saying you can add Frankie de Jong Cruz in the place of Mount or Casemiro yesterday, and it wouldn't make a huge difference.
Absolute waffle. Oh my god! And I think Sam Roser got kicked out or something. I'm gonna finish it. The issues were structural, and the lack of sharpness and movement from all the players. Can't blame mids only. Absolute waffle, bro. Absolute waffle. You need a midfielder that drops a little bit deeper than that. You can't have your midfielders living on your own. And he's not Sergio Busquets. He's not Rodri. He's not Pirlo. He's not these players that can play deep and pass the ball. That's absolute waffle. I've seen him play amazing next to Kroos and Modric for years.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we see you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
You've replied to him?
Yeah. He should do a lot better than that. You know, if
Okay,
you want,
big up Pranay.
sub to Staffy TV, and I'll teach you a little bit more about how midfields work.
Yo, chill out. Pranay is my guy, man. Big up Pranay.
I didn't say anything disrespectful. Big up Parnay, but sub to my channel. Well, I can't say that.
Back.
Sorry.
No, you can. Last
you.
season, Ederson barely touched Eddie. They got a penalty. Oh, that's what Wave was talking about as well. That penalty in our city was a bit dodgy, but I still think it was a penalty. I'm going to be honest with you. Some brother, have you seen the referees and VR lineup for a game against Bournemouth? No. Who are they, Phil? I can't lie. I'm too worried about our team now. Than the
As long as
referees.
it's fine to Taylor, you should be fine.
Yeah, the team, our team sucks, man. That's what I'm worried about. I ain't really been looking at the referees like that. Big up to you.
To be honest, VAR is such a mess. It won't make that much of a difference anyway.
You know, that's what I said to Staffy earlier on today when he was like, why is this on the thumbnail? I'm like, bro, this entire league has just horrible referees. That's just the unfortunate reality. Thank you, Phil, for your super chat, my brother. I appreciate you. Egal, we need the same energy about Arteta. I'm going to be honest and defend my guy, Egal, here. He has the same energy towards Arteta. And if you see his videos, just go subscribe to Egal Talks Football. You'll see with your own eyes. This guy is very critical of Arteta. Make no mistake. Big up to you, man, though. Big up to Red Chili, says, Amrabat, I'm taking a toaster to the bath. And then he's like, just joking. You better be joking because Amrabat starts for us right now. So let's even go that. Big up to Memphis, who says Hamza Mainu is better than Foden. Ilhanga is better than Grealish. Shameless.
I will never respond to this.
The answer is in the super chat, Memphis.
Maino is amazing though. Maino is generational talent. So
yeah, but not
by the
Foden,
way, Hamza the other day
different player than Foden.
Foden.
Yeah, I remember.
Hamza the other day compared Phil Foden to Dennis Bergkamp and Paul Gascoigne.
Hamza, I need you to have a real setup when you do these watch-alongs because you were very funny when you were talking. But I need something real. I want you to be sitting there at a desk and actually watching the game and talking to us, or just in front of a screen. Because he was saying Ruud Gullit passes to Dennis Bergkamp, passes to I don't know who, and I was like, yo, I just felt like I was watching a game from the 80s. That the way Hamza was moving was mad.
Hamza's elite, man. Make sure to go follow him.
Gascoigne. That's what the English players call him.
Gascoigne, there you go.
Big up, man. Big up. Speaking of Hamza, big up to Faisal, all the way from Serbia. Says, Habibi Hamza, thank you for the quality video, the quality panel. I think he probably confused me and Ana Hussam, akhoy. I'm a Chelsea fan and really don't like Liverpool, but respect to you, man, for being honest and great work with the channel. Keep it up. Big up, Lewis. He says, big up to you, Faisal.
Big up, my guy.
حبيب قلبي تسلم يا فيصل.
Hamza like that, I knew he didn't mean it. Yeah.
This guy is Hamza. أنا حسام عرفت بس شكلك لخبطت حبيبي. This is Hamza. This is Hamza right here.
I get my transfers done.
6-time Champions League winners right here. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Black Mamba says, yo, Lewis, would you let Hall go to Newcastle? Interest.
I'd rather keep him. Still think he's our best left back right now, but everybody has a price. And if we need to sell to raise funds and he has to be sacrificed, is what it is. Just not to Newcastle. Someone who isn't a rival.
Pearce, Spurs is a good suggestion. Memphis says, my bro forgot the half-line McTominay goal. I'm gonna be honest with you, Memphis. I probably was more happy about that goal than Staffy because that goal put us top of the league as well. That was probably the only Man United goal in my whole life I celebrated. I genuinely celebrated that McTominay goal. But bring me back to. I wish I actually done YouTube while we were like winning league titles, bro. I would have been so obnoxious. Big up to you, Memphis, man. And finally, Wave says, I think AI VAR is the next step. Ooh, that is.
But they already rejected that one. You know, the one that they're doing in the World Cup. They rejected the one.
Solid point, you know. That's a solid point. I think and I get what Staffy's saying, because Staffy's argument is like they never give that, which is fair. But when a goalkeeper punches, clotheslines a guy in the face, and it's not a penalty, and then you come out, and by the way, the apologies only take the piss. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, okay, shove your sorry, Habibi. I just lost 3 points. So, yeah,
Bro,
but that's a very good argument, right?
Actually, Hossein, one more. Did you guys not see the Everton game when Leno came out, collected the ball, and
No one
fell on
watches Everton.
Tarkowski? So basically, Leno collected the ball. When he was going down, the ball hit Tarkowski's head, fell out of Leno's hand. Everton scored, and they called it a foul on Tarkowski. All Tarkowski did was just stand there. He actually didn't engage. He was just standing. And Leno fell on him, and the ball fumbled at his hand. That's what I'm saying. These decisions are affecting everyone because basically you robbed Everton of at least a point, you know? But it is what it is.
Yeah, fair enough. Big up every single person who has tuned into the stream. We're wrapping up a stream with 1.5k people watching us. Big up to you guys, man. Love for all the love, Habibis. Thank you so much for every single person who sent in a super chat. All the people who showed us all the love and support on this stream. Kala, this A-list is just unbelievable. Week after week after week. It's one of my favorite shows. Big up to you guys, man. Big up to everyone who sent in super chats. I love you all. Make sure you're all liking and subscribing. All their channels are in the descriptions. We're gonna go around and they're gonna let you know where you can find them. Egal, Habibi, where can people find you? Thank you for joining us.
You guys can find me Egal Talks Football. I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts lately and TikToks, so you guys can check me out there also, Egal Talks Football. And of course on my Twitter, Egal, EGTV Egal, where I will be rattling a lot of Chelsea fans once they lose. Finally.
Big up to you, Staffy, man. Big up to you, Egal, man. Staffy, go ahead, Habibi.
You can find me here, Staffy TV, and it's up there. There's no reason why you couldn't see it during the show. Listen, there's over 1,000 people still watching us as we're wrapping up. There's no excuse to why you can't go right now to my channel. Just a couple clicks and you can subscribe, you know, and not just me, for the rest of the panel. So everyone here who's still watching, who you're not subscribed to everyone's channel, please go and do that right now.
Get him to 1,000 subs.
I have to get to 1,000 subs, guys. You know, I need to have my channel ready to invite these beautiful people on it. You know, because my channel right now is like an empty apartment. I can't invite these guys when there's only a carpet, you know, and no furniture. So help me build up the furniture so these guys can come in and they can find a wonderful channel. So everyone
you
go and
basically just called Ozzy Bob the Builder, but I'm here for it. I'm gonna introduce him as that in Al-Ahwa. I'm fully gonna introduce him as that.
I did not even think of Ozzy, but you're such an instigator. But see, Allah, okay.
I am. Big up to my guy Lewis. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the redirect as well. I can't lie, this guy cooked me first 15 minutes. Where can people find you, my brother?
Oh, just Carefree Lewis G every afternoon, pissing people off and just starting random fights. And yeah, hopefully we get Here We Go tomorrow. Big up everybody. Hit the likes and subscribe. And yeah, champions of the transfer market. Fucking champs.
Guys.
As the people that are asking, Hassam already said that all of our channels are in the description. If you're just watching, well, just click that and you're going to see everyone's channel. It's so simple.
Let me. Do you want me to show you a tutorial? Let me show you a quick tutorial.
Yeah, show them because it's so simple.
Let me switch off my notifications first. So you see right here, you're currently watching. See how the like button is? You see how the like button is there? Click right here. Click on description, and you will see right here. See Staffy TV. It pops
in front of the screen so
see
people
right
can see
Egal
all of our
Talks
tags.
Football. It pops up. See right here, Carefree Lewis. It pops up. You see right here, Hamza Talks Football as well. It pops up. So get Hamza to 1,000 subscribers as well.
There's no way you guys don't want to listen to Hamza. Hamza's the best waffler on YouTube. Everyone has to
Where can people find you, Hamza Habibi?
Yeah, but listen, you can find me tomorrow, Super Cup final. Yeah, first English team to win the treble with the Super Cup. It will be me in English history. And Hamza Talk Ball, Man City hardcore on Twitter, and I think Man City hardcore in thing. I'm just there to
What
fight.
time's the game?
Yeah?
What time's the game?
8 o'clock, man.
You know, Hamza, I didn't even know that you guys were
making history tomorrow. We're making history
That's how
tomorrow.
irrelevant City are.
win
No
it
one even knew
tomorrow?
there was a game.
With
Do you
the
win
first,
it tomorrow?
with the first English team to have, or British team to have ever won the treble with the Super Cup, because Ferguson lost his Super Cup shamelessly.
No, but
We
one
lost
second.
both
Do you
Super
win it
Cups.
tomorrow? Do you win it tomorrow? If
Yeah.
you win tomorrow.
Habib Galbi, a face.
Oh, isn't there multiple games?
No. It's
No.
always been one game.
One
This
game,
is
bro. Europa League winner.
Go.
خلاص.
Go.
Oh, I was
This-
thinking about the Club World Cups. My
No,
bad.
go.
Yeah,
I was
no,
thinking
it's
about-
the Super
I was thinking about
Go.
the Club World Cup. My bad. My bad.
Go. When
My
you enter Europe, we'll take you for a tour ride.
bro,
We'll show you the
One second.
stages.
bro.
Hamza,
I
you're
had
a
a brain.
legend.
Group
One
stage and
second.
all
One
that stuff.
second. No, let's
Sit
not
on the
go
floor,
over
it's
it.
not your
I
level.
had
It's
a
too
brain
Of course, you're
fart.
getting love from the Liverpool fans as well, you know.
Big up to the Liverpool fans.
Wallahi,
even
I
though
was
you still
confusing
guys
the
the
Club
whole
World Cup and the
thing.
Super Cup.
Big up.
My bad. I was confusing the two.
You can't
Okay.
confuse. You can't confuse both the two. You brought. My guy's confused.
Staffy, I just caused the problem for you. I love it. I love it. Big
Listen,
up, man. Listen, make sure you go
it's
subscribe
an
to all
honest
these great
mistake.
guys. Make sure you go subscribe to all these guys. Great, the channels that are in the description. Big up everyone, man. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. 6 p.m. I got Matisse and Rob coming on to talk from the Chelsea perspective, and probably a Liverpool bitching stream at the end of the day. Man said, "Yo, the Arsenal fan didn't know about the Super Cup. Hey,
I'm
they
gonna
didn't
lie,
know.
Egal, you did
They
yourself
didn't know.
there.
Wallahi,
I know you-
listen. I meant the Club World Cup. It's okay.
I'm gonna
And
clip
stream,
that.
Dave.
and
Knock
put
it
on
off.
Twitter.
End the
someone
stream.
clip
End
that.
the stream.
Someone clip that.
You know
and
what?
put it on Twitter.
I'm a here. You take us any screenshot you want here. خلاص,
Take a
done.
screenshot.
Yo, why does he look like a dog? In the
Ready.
He looked so
Or
confused.
if you want,
I
looks
know.
like a
Hamza,
chihuahua.
I give you two options. Here, we can do it with Egal as well, so you can screenshot. Yalla, see you guys tomorrow, inshallah, man. Love, Habibs. Love.